podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Canelo, are you ready? ¿Está preparado? I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter.
Tell me I'm not great. This is what I do. Javante, you a fucking pussy. You are a bitch.
BoxingVoice.com.
Devin Haney's the last of the bunch. Yeah, and I think Shakur knows it. Tank knows it. That's lunch food.
BoxingVoice.com.
They don't even consider Brian Garcia Latino.
Oh, some folks do.
Yeah, they no hablar español para nada. Ryan DM'd me and everything. Boy, that's double graded some boss shit. I really am the two-time undisputed world champion.
BoxingVoice.com.
Absolutely, Till Beam's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. Yeah. That 1.4 that they did on pay-per-view buys is mainly from Ryan's side, not really from Tank. And that's all from the YouTubers and the young kids that don't know. It's just a casual fan. So double graded some boss shit. That was some boss shit right there. And the thing is that we have so many bots in the internet that they just side with whatever is hot. And I'm a hell of a boxer. Oh yeah, and that's what I really did this for. I'm not a puncher. I'm not a brawler. I'm slick boxing.
This a dollar beat.
Loma didn't come to fight. Double graded some boss shit. That was some boss shit.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Ringwalk Danny, and we're here to discuss episode 2, All Access. There was a moment where the hosts of the Pivot podcast had an off-air conversation with Earl Spence, and, they alleged that Crawford has said he wouldn't take the rematch if he loses. And then Earl Spence gave his reasons as to why he believes Crawford won't take the rematch if he loses. We're going to talk about that. We have a poll as well. But before I get to Danny, let me let you both hear the audio.
I read somewhere in the rematch clause where he said he don't know if he'll take it if he lose or when he lose, as you might think. Do you believe him?
If I beat the will out of him, he probably won't take it.
Wow.
It's scary how calm y'all talk about taking a man's soul. Like when I...
So Earl believes if he beats the will out of Crawford, he won't take the rematch. And Crawford allegedly has already stated that if he loses, he probably won't take that rematch. Is it a sign of weakness, or is this Showtime painting a narrative that isn't true? Telling you that the host of Pivot Podcast read somewhere that Crawford said he wouldn't take the rematch. Where's the article? Send me the link. I'm just saying, but good morning, Danny. What is up?
Top of the morning, champ. How are you?
Chilling.
Yo, it's funny, right?
Uh-huh.
I was fortunate to have some eyes. You know, Terrence got some sparring in yesterday, and I got a FaceTime call. Shout out to my boy Jay. But yeah, bro, we are 10 days away from the fight, I did see it. I saw the full episode last night, and obviously you clipped it, sent it to us this morning. I found it interesting. I found it very interesting, especially because it was towards the beginning of the episode. They show they showed it in the all access, but if you watch the actual Pivot podcast, it was on there as well. And when I say the beginning of the all access, so I found it interesting. It was a good interview overall. I watched it from beginning to end. Shout out to the Pivot for getting some things out of Earl. Obviously, he talked about the teeth and many other things. Um, Again, you mentioned it. I kind of said the same shit. It's like, damn, where he say that at? I want to see that.
And I can't find it. Honestly, I've Googled it. I don't know where it's at.
Now, that being said, though, until we can figure out where this came from, what do you make of the comments overall? Like, just period.
I want to find out if it's true. I think I found something. I'm just trying to make sure. I think it was on the Brian Custard podcast. I just got to find a quote.
Okay, so what'd you make of him saying that though? Like, I'm talking about the host, not Bud. But when you first heard it, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, here we go. Brian, we know there's obviously a rematch clause for this fight. Do you fight again at 147 or do you do it at 154? Crawford, and I quote, I believe it's at either or, but I might not even want it. I'm looking to be victorious in the first one. That's the one that matters to me, the first one. So he did say it. It was on the Brian Custard episode that he did. So the question remains, does that show a sign of weakness? Or is it just showing that he's super competitive, that if he loses, he understands that Earl's the winner? I really don't get what it means not to want the rematch, honestly. I'm here trying to give him options. I don't know what that means.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like I gotta go watch that Brian Custer interview, but I just feel like Bud is such a competitive guy that he ain't thinking about losing. He ain't thinking about the rematch. You get what I'm saying? So he probably look at it like, fuck a rematch. Like, it ain't no rematch because I'm a win. Like,
well, I mean, he would have said that. His quote is the opposite of that. Meaning,
again, I gotta go watch the interview because there's people saying that before the quote, that's what he said. So again, I gotta go watch the interview.
But it wouldn't matter if he said whatever it is you're saying. After he said that, he still said, but I might not want it. It's still doubt. It still shows doubt that you think you might lose. On the other side, the Pivot podcast had to correct themselves. Oh, well, I know you saying you gonna win. Because he was reading the quote saying if. And be like, well, you mean you gonna win. So when you beat him. So you know what I'm saying? It's a difference. Is it a sign of weakness? Same thing with Derrick James. The interview I watched, he kept telling Marcos, he was about to end the interview. He said, yo, if you say if again, I might not give you another interview. Don't bring your ifs into my life. I say I will. I say when. You're saying if. And he broke it down so good to Marcos. He said, yo, when you started
Do we have a timestamp? Because everybody's saying the same shit, that's not what he meant. And that's not what he was saying.
Okay. Again, if he didn't mean it, if that's not what he said, why is it in black and white? Like, maybe listen, Danny, the truth of the matter is you can interpret something and that's fine. And that's fine. So go to his podcast. We know where it's at. It's on Showtime. It's not hard to find out the episode with Crawford. And I'm telling you, it's like you could only interpret something differently. The words are the words. They're written in black and white. It's how you interpret it, how I interpret it. He said what he said. It's in black and white. We could interpret it differently. Just like there's people saying, well, he didn't mean that. That's because to you, you're interpreting his words differently. I'm interpreting them a different way. But he said the words. But yeah, man, if you want to find it, it is on the Brian Custer. I think, let me see if this link actually, if this quote actually takes us there. Yes, it does. So we need the actual timestamp because this opened up. That opened up in the beginning. So I need that timestamp for sure if y'all want to hear it.
Then I go on his page. I have no idea what's what. I ain't gonna lie. He got so many different videos and they all like one word titles.
I mean, I got him here. I got the video here, but you know, it's 4. Okay, hopefully it's in this one. This is only a 4-minute clip.
What we both want and the terms, us agreeing on the terms.
What's the biggest difference that got it over the finish line this time?
The biggest difference
Man, why are we getting that jump?
Well, if anything, I wanted to fight more than anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it in Chrome. But we also got a guest scheduled for 9:30. Up and coming prospect. We're gonna talk to.
I thought we had Breadman today because he couldn't come on yesterday.
I never rescheduled him. You did? Nah, I never rescheduled him. Never did.
Yeah, I love Brian, but yo, he needs some help with the page. This is hard to navigate. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I sent you the link, didn't I? Or I ain't send it?
No. I'm just going through his page, but it's like he got a Crawford clip, then he got another Crawford clip, but neither one. It just says Terrence Crawford asks or takes questions. Like,
yeah, that's self-explanatory. He's answering questions. He clipped it from his video. I'll send it to you,
but that's
though.
what I'm saying. I can't find the actual interview. I'm sure it's more than 4 minutes, right? So like the sit down, whatever. That's what I cannot find. I don't know where the original
In its
is
entirety,
from.
you mean?
Yes, because there's numerous clips, but I don't know what clip it is. So I'd rather just pull up the interview because usually it could be easier to find. Yeah, I got that one. That's one of the clips.
That's the one you need to check because that one is gonna have that you know, the audio in question that you're looking for. But I do have the poll. I put it out, you know, in case you want to vote on what you think. Danny is trying to find us the audio. We do have the quote, though, and we have Earl's audio reacting to that. Number to call, 1-425-569-5241. 10 days out from the big fight, and we are just covering it from all angles. Discord is open if you want to use that to call in and voice your opinion, as is Twitter Spaces and our landline, 1-425-569-5241. We're going to start things off right now. Let me go out for some reminders.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
C-Dub on the check-in. What up?
Yo, hot audio.
Straight.
Straight, that's what's up, man. Shout out TVV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Shout out to the back call. Salute to the chat. Do something, man. Smash that like button. It's crazy, right? And this unbelievable. Like a warrior, a competitor, a guy like Bud that don't even let you get a lick in. Like he got to get his lick back ASAP Rocky in the ring. He said he's not taking the rematch. So if I dissect this, like it's just a statement. Unless you feel this makes him look not confident, correct?
Oh, I ain't say that.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
posing a
but
question is all.
Posing a question. Boom, boom. And Ring Walker, you're saying that he's such a competitor that he don't care about this fight. He don't even care. I mean, he don't even care about the second fight.
Well, I wanted to see the interview, and once I saw it, I realized cool shit was being took out of context. So, I know Bud to be a very competitive person. So I'm like, man, if he's saying he ain't even thinking about the rematches, because he probably ain't even, he don't think he losing, and he ain't even looking that far ahead. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And based off what I heard, again, that's not the full one, but the words was took a little bit out of context, I feel like.
And I could lean towards that way. I could lean towards he not even thinking that far ahead. But it could also be that since now if he did this as a hot take on purpose,
I mean, I'm just don't
if he's
get
getting
it.
coached, if he's getting
Well, why are we trying to decipher the obvious? The man said if he lose, he might not take it. There's nothing to
So
decipher.
that's what I'm saying though.
Okay,
Based on
boom.
what
Okay,
you
boom. Let
sent
me.
me, he didn't say nothing close to that. That's what I'm saying,
But I can
brother.
speak directly to that though. I can speak. I can speak directly.
And I sent you the timestamp. I sent you the timestamp.
I ain't know you did.
If Bud, then I mean, I just don't take him as a marketing guru. But if he got coached to do this as a hot take, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But if he just say like this, let's just say simple and plain, he's saying he's not gonna take it if he win. It could mean just at 154. Just because it got to be at 154, right? So he could win, but still say, man, I'm gonna stay at 147 and get that Boots. And since Boots talking so much and think everybody think Boots the next in line and could beat me, I'm gonna see what's up with him. Couldn't that be an option?
I don't know. I want to hear the audio. Danny says it's different from the quote.
Got you. I mean, but yeah, I don't think it shows any sign of weakness. That's all. If he's saying that he's not gonna do the rematch, it could just be that 154 stipulation. That hey man, I'm stay at 147. Jamel may get a rematch with Canelo.
Or it could just be that his feelings hurt. He expected to win, he didn't win, and he don't want to fight no more.
Or we could just play the clip and see the
What
question
if he
that
win and still don't
asked.
take the rematch though? Because he still don't got to take the rematch even if he win, correct?
Why wouldn't he have to take the rematch? It's a bilateral rematch. So if he wins, Spence got to take the rematch.
Understand, but no, Spence could call for the rematch because he the one that lost, but Bud don't have to take it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That's the definition of a rematch clause. How the fuck could we have a rematch clause? I asked for my rematch, but you not have to take it.
Got you. Since it's at 154, hey, what are you going to do? Like, what's the consequences if you don't take it?
But what are you talking about? Like, why are you just like? We gotta let you go if you're just gonna interject stuff that isn't even factual. Like, where are you getting this 154?
No, I said, what are the consequences if you don't take it?
He got it from the clip. He got it from the clip that we've yet to play.
That's all, man. You just have to let your mind. I know it's
But
early,
what
but just let your mind
consequences?
think.
I'm lost. What consequences?
Yeah, I don't know about the consequences.
He said he might not take it.
Listen to me, brother.
So I said, what if he don't take it? What are the consequences?
How could you not take it? You gotta do what Mayweather did. You gotta retire. You can't not take a rematch clause. Didn't you see Tyson Fury go to court? Didn't you see Andy Ruiz? What are you talking about?
Boom. So he might retire. So boom, you just there you go, man. You broke through that wall, man. You was able to open your mind
I
up.
gotta go, man. I gotta go. You sound crazy right now.
He might retire. He might retire. He might retire. That's what it is, and not take the rematch. Might retire.
All right, bro. Everybody heard your call, I guess. That shit sound weird. What is he talking about? I'm so lost right now. Like, why would Bud retire? What in the fuck? if you won, why would you retire? I'm just so lost, man. What's going on? But looks like we got Will Nino. How you pronounce your last name, champ?
Holcomb.
Holcomb.
Good morning, guys. Yeah.
Good
Holcomb,
morning.
William
Good morning.
Holcomb.
So you're from Chicago?
Chicago, Illinois.
All right. So what got you started in the boxing?
I kind of fell into boxing at an early age, kind of in my high schoolish years. But I never really got a chance to compete. So if you're familiar with Chicago, if you've ever been to the land, we have Chicago Park districts, and they're really good at creating recreation and leisure spaces throughout the city. So there are a few gyms that hold gym spaces. So there are a few key spots throughout the city, and I got started at Davis Square on the south side of Chicago.
So
yo,
go ahead.
I wanted to ask because I'm from the city. I thought those got closed down though, so they're still going. Because I remember George was like, bro, advocating. He was, he had the park, and I thought they shut him down. The city shut him down. I thought
it kind of seems like that. Honestly, there are still a few gyms throughout the city. A lot of people come and don't have access to spaces, so they kind of ask me as far as like boxing spaces. There are a few small boxing communities throughout the Chicagoland still. I know that was an issue at one point. A lot of gyms were kind of run down, or it seemed like they were closing. But Chicago Park District still upholds a lot of the spots through the city, and they hold park districts at most of them. So again, some people might not even know that there's a boxing gym or space around them.
No, definitely. I think that's why I'm asking. I think that's important. I recently saw Sean Simpson. I believe he took over a Chicago Park District boxing gym, and unfortunately, what Sean has gone through, is part of the sport of boxing. But I love that he's still keeping the Chicago boxing program alive. How important is it for you, obviously being from the city and trying to make it out of Chicago?
To me, it's huge, man. Again, shout out to Sean for taking over that Fuller's space. I think we need more of that. It also brings kind of an awareness to it. Like I said, a lot of people don't have access to boxing, so it brings a lot of awareness to the space. Sorry, what was the question again? Let me backtrack. You were saying how important is that kind of community base?
Yeah, I mean, just for you individually to be able to put on for the city specifically with boxing, because it's something that we don't really see. I'm from the city, and for me, like I was just in Rosemont covering the Bobby Hit show, because it's like, bro, we need coverage, we need exposure, we need to get names out there, So right now there's a few names, and there has been a few names the last few years. Josh Greer definitely had his run. Nate Gallimore had his run. Yeah. Kenny Sims doing the fucking thing. Jessica McCaskill, she put it on, but it ain't nobody that's really took it there. I'm just curious if that's something you plan to do.
Valid. Yes, fully. I think my situation is unique. I didn't grow up in a boxing family. I didn't have a lot of boxing experts and expertise around me. I kind of got my start, like I said, in high school, and through my own tenacity and experience, my course of life, I found spaces that have been willing to hone me and let me hone my skills. I think community is a huge part of my platform and my brand, because people really know me in the city. Again, prior to boxing and being that kind of service-oriented guy, I think I pull a lot of people with me versus trying to push everything. So yeah, I think the community base is a huge part of what I'm doing. And then I also try to give access to people, like I said, and awareness for those that don't know about boxing, or aren't familiar with boxing, or don't know how they can see boxing in their own city. So that's been a huge piece for me.
What's the end goal for you?
The end goal, world champion and open my own gym at some point. Spend time, again, giving back, creating these services throughout the city, and training upcoming fighters, kind of like I'm doing now. I work with a lot of amateurs when I'm moving around the city. I know some professionals throughout the city. So yeah, my end goal is continue to push Nino boxing, which is more of a community service oriented field. I want everybody to feel inclusive with boxing. Boxing is a real inaccessible space. So again, bringing that inclusivity to the city. When people see me, they know I can fight, but they also know, like, as far as boxing and all of the social characteristics that come with it.
I mean, from just based off these few minutes talking to you, it sounds like your passion is more in bringing boxing to the community of Chicago more than it is your own professional career.
It might come off that way in a sense, but I know I'm a good fighter. It's not something that I necessarily want to brag or boast on. I definitely appreciate y'all for having me on this platform, so I want to speak to that too. But I think I'm one of the greatest fighters in this city, if not around everywhere I've been. I fought in Missouri. I fought in. I've been able to train in Miami, Florida, and of course throughout the city of Chicago.
And no, I was gonna say, I feel like maybe you being able to put on for the city and give back through boxing, is gonna come through your professional career. Like you talking about opening up a gym, but you probably won't be able to do that until you get to where you need to get to within your own career. Right?
Very true. Very true. I think that's kind of a back burner focus. I do some personal training, group trainings, and public speakings now. But even with that, I know for sure, as far as when it's fighting mode or it's fighting time, a lot of that stuff takes a back burner because the focus is the fight. The focus is building the long game.
So
now I ain't trying to be messy, but one thing I hear commonly out here is that nobody fuck with each other within Chicago boxing. That trainers won't work with other trainers, and when I hear those things, it's like, damn, it's already limited sparring, limited work in the city. So is that the case for you at least?
Yes and no. I see these same things, but I've been able to kind of muster relationships with guys. I've been able to check in at certain gyms. I get invites to certain gyms. As far as training, I think I have a great community of fighters. Speaking of the Bobby Hicks card that just happened, I know several of the fighters that fought on that card. I used to train with them. Maybe upon my last showing, I was working with guys from that camp. And then we have some key fighters like y'all mentioned throughout the city. So I've been able to kind of pull my resources along, and I have a great coach team that is able to introduce me with other coaches and fighters. But Chicago is really a segregated area. So again, I understand the privilege that I have to maneuver in a lot of these spaces and then actually show my skill in a lot of these spaces, respect and honor that too. So I can work in some of these gyms.
Champ, so who's your manager and promoter, if any?
Right now, my manager and promoter is Julio. He's running the Hard War Banger card. So I'll be fighting August 26th in the city.
And how'd you come across Julio and what other fighters has he dealt with?
Honestly, an interesting start. So early on in my amateur career, I met Julio. He was promoting amateur cards, doing amateur fights, and I understood his long game was professional road. So he gave me a few offers early on in amateur career, and I was able to do them on his card, and we continued working. We were able to build a great relationship as well as a great business relationship. So I continued doing shows with him. When I was turning pro around that COVID period, it was a lot not happening or getting shut down or being forcefully stopped. He was in the process of getting his license for professional showings. He reached out, and I knew I had no problem working with him. I had done cards with him prior before, like I said, in amateurs and with no issues.
How many amateur fights do you have?
About 20. I got close to 20-ish fights, maybe a little bit over 20-something fights. Even speaking of that, I started. Go ahead.
Nah, we were letting you finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was saying, even speaking of that, I kind of started boxing late. I know I was introduced to the sport mid-high school, but I was training, never really got a chance to take a fight. Everybody's like, finish school, do this, finish school. I finished school, I go to college. Still didn't kind of have the gym space. I'm in Missouri now, and I walked into a gym, and they loved me from the first sight. It was Heart of America. And from then I kind of been able to use those same kind of processes and meet gym spaces or they actually threw me into the fight game early on. They thought I was great. We went to St. Louis and fought in the Golden Gloves. I made it to the finals. And that was kind of the introduction for me.
So at 32, what sort of pace are you trying to have with your professional career?
I think again with my experience level, and then also maybe not having as much wear and tear. I'm looking to really showcase and do fights throughout the next year. I'm looking to take bigger and better fights. Again, moving back to Chicago in the amateurs, I won about 11, 12 fights, 10 of them by stoppage. And then again, we knew we were going to turn pro. I won the Golden Gloves in 2018. And then kind of had that gap in between around the COVID years. But I feel like I've been able to, through my route, gain a lot of experience and knowledge from fighters around me and above me until I've built this kind of space.
Do you think it's going to be important to get out of the Chicago area to get fights, given that there's not too many cards out here? So, you know, probably to remain active and especially, like you said, being 32, moving around, fighting in other states and other parts of the country.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. I completely feel that. But on the same token, it's like a double-edged sword. We want to bring boxing to Chicago. I got a lot of support in Chicago. I've also been blessed to travel and live in other spaces. So I have fans in Missouri. I have fans in Miami. I got family in California. I've had offers from other shows in other states. So I know we have the opportunity to do work with other promoters. And I fought in Wisconsin. I fought in Indiana. But again, I want to continue to build here as well as do shows in other spaces. I've had an offer in LA and things of that nature. So we just want to kind of buckle in on our fights and building up where and how we want to showcase and who we want to work with.
So what do you know about Julio Martinez, your opponent coming up here on August 26th?
Not too much at the moment. I remember hearing the name. I believe I saw his last fight in Chicago. Again, it was on a Bobby Hicks card. I didn't know he was my opponent at the time, but I helped his opponent get ready for that fight. They went all 4 rounds, so I'm assuming that he's a durable, tough opponent. But I know I fight different. So no disrespect to any of the fighters that I work with or I've been in the ring with. But when you said pace, as far as the fight pace, I'm forward. I'm in your face. I'm coming.
Now
when the bell rings.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said when the bell rings, like it's a different mode. I know I spoke a lot to like the charitable and kind-hearted aspects of everything I want to do, but when I'm in the gym and I'm in the ring, it's a completely different person.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, at what age did you move to Chicago? Because you was born in California,
California,
right?
Correct. I moved to Chicago a little bit before first grade. So I grew up in Chicago.
You was like 4 years old.
Yeah, literally a little bit before first grade. I remember the experience. But and then we moved. I was staying with my auntie. We didn't really have space. And then I moved into the city and I grew up on 47th in the lake since first grade.
Okay. Yo, so being from Hayward, California originally, a lot of boxers come out of the Bay. Andre Ward, if I'm not mistaken, was born in Hayward.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I might be, but I feel like let me look it up. But that being said, has it ever even crossed your mind to go back to the Bay at least to get some work with all the talent that's come out of the Bay?
Yes. I know life kind of has you bouncing around, so it's a lot of spaces I've been wanting to go back to, but I've never actually gotten a chance to train in California or the Bay. So that's actually big on my list. I still got family out there. I would love to travel and do some work in the Bay. California in general.
Champ, so I wanted to ask about the fact that your opponent is 12 years younger than you. That's a whole lot of years. That's a whole lot of youth You already called him durable. Is that playing in the back of your mind? Does that matter at all?
Not at all. It doesn't matter to me. Not at all. Again, outside of the personal boxing work I do, I also work with other people all throughout this city. I fought with Golden Glove champs and amateurs as young as you can think, and I've worked with guys as old as 50. So there's a range of people that I check in with. But when it comes to the youth and the endurance and being durable, I think I hold that still. A lot of these guys are 21, 18, whatever it is, 24. And honestly, again, when I speak to my pace and my fighting style is a little different, they like, you ain't from here, are you? And everybody assumes that I'm fighting from somewhere else or whatnot because of my style of fight. So those things don't really worry me.
Well,
not at this stage of the game.
Those are.
So
go ahead.
I just want to go back. So no, Dre wasn't born in Hayward, but he was raised in Hayward. So he
Okay.
grew up in Hayward. He was born in I think it says San Francisco, but yeah, he was raised
in the Bay.
Hayward, in Hayward specifically. In Hayward specifically, yup. So shout out to the Bay. Yo, I'm curious. You said something. I know it ain't have shit to do with that, but you said that there's certain people that you check in with. Is it like that to where it's like, oh, I can't go to this part of the city because I'm in this type of neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? Like people talk about. I'm from over east, so when people talk about Uncle Remus, I can't relate because I wasn't going out west to the PCs.
Not until high school was out really rocking with out west and kind of learn that culture. Right. Like you said, until you kind of experience these things, it's a different world. So yeah, kind of like you saying, growing up on the south side, it took a lot of that experience and life happiness to kind of move me around, but it brought me access. So I used to work out at Simon's Park, which is out west. I frequent Humble Park, which is kind of like a home gym for me. You'll see a poster up there of me in Humble Park. I got some real dog fighters that have transferred over to Garfield Park, and I know they do great work over there. Again, I'm at Davis Square, another Park District facility. So there are spaces up north. I've been able to train and work in Loyola Park District facility. So I've been able to kind of check in even with private and public gyms, depending on the relation. But I also know, like you're saying, the check-in thing. If you're a fighter, man, at some point, man, I feel like you should just go pop in, even if they don't know you or like you. I mean, some spaces, whether you know them or not, gonna be a doghouse. When you get in there, you gotta showcase.
I feel like when it comes to this, you got, especially in a city like this, you got to be able to move around wherever.
Yeah, I've been able to work out in Indiana. They have a great team out there as well, Hammond, Indiana. So yeah, when you speak of checking in or being able to move around, I think that access is a big part. And if I didn't know nobody, I probably wouldn't even be able to soak up the game I have.
For sure, champ. For sure. Well, August 26th, you back in the ring. Let the fans know where to follow you, where they can purchase tickets, and be able to watch you fight.
Man, August 26th will be Cicero Stadium. I have a link. You can follow me at life_will or Nino_boxing. Again, Nino_boxing or life_will.
I had one more. I needed to find out why Nino? Where's that come from? Obviously, I'm older, so Nino for me, my mind quickly references Nino Brown.
Exactly. So shout out to my frat, Omega Psi Phi. They found me in college, but I was working several spaces, kind of like the community spirit I was sharing with you guys earlier. I was leading spaces in my college town, and I was working like 6 jobs. And then I also ran this leasing complex, and they was like, you sold everybody a space in here. So off the top of everything I was doing, they named me Nino after I pledged. Nino representing Nino Brown, running the Carter, and that name is kind of stuck as far as with my work ethic and my community base.
I knew there was a story behind it, champ. But give out your social media so that everybody could tune in. Whoever isn't following you, let them know where they get those tickets for your fight, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you, the Boxing Voice. I can't thank y'all enough for having me. I can't wait for y'all to see some of the work. So you can follow me at Nino_boxing or life_will, and that's on Instagram. We also have the links up for the fight, August 26th. We have an event noir link, and that'll be in my bio, as well as if you follow the industry shop. They help with a lot of my marketing and promotion, and the link is in their bio as well.
All right, champ.
Nino,
Appreciate
enjoy
it.
the day, champ. We locked in August 26th.
Thank y'all again. The Boxing Voice Nest, Mario. I appreciate y'all. I can't wait to chop it up with y'all again. Can't wait till y'all see what I do.
Mario was on yesterday. This is actually Danny from Chicago.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right, champ.
All right, guys.
Yo, why they keep confusing you with Mario? Everybody do that. That's crazy.
Yo,
So let me
I ain't
play the
trying to be
audio
funny,
though.
but
What
ain't
up?
Mario got a full head of hair, or am I tripping?
You ain't lying.
Oh, why?
Wait, so where's your audio? You said 39 in, 359 in, excuse me.
Yeah, on the clip you sent me.
Yeah, let me find that real quick. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. We're going back to the callers in just a bit. Just want to get this audio played for you.
He was here as well, so.
All right, we're going to do this on Chrome.
Yeah, but in the meantime, in between time, do not forget tickets are on sale and going fast for the 4 TBV Appreciation Night.
What's the biggest difference?
We got you got it?
Yeah, I'm just putting it at the timestamp.
All right, but tickets are on sale. Eventbrite.com. Just search The Boxing Voice. Plenty of great names in the building.
As well, so July 29th is going to be a fun night of boxing for not only me and him, but for the fans as well.
We know there's obviously a rematch clause for this fight. Do you fight again at 147? Do you do it at 154?
I believe it's at either or.
Okay.
You know, but my mind ain't even on that. I'm looking to be victorious in the first one. This is the one that matters to me, the first one.
I mean, ain't that what we read?
I mean, the one you read said that he ain't trying to rematch. It didn't talk about it didn't say that he is not thinking about the rematch because he plans to be victorious. And that's what I'm saying. People like, oh shit, like if he lose, he not gonna want the rematch. He never said nothing about losing. Like he planned to be victorious.
Well, let me see if I can pull that article back up. And
I played that other clip just to make sure that we had the right video. The other one ain't have nothing either, champ.
Which other one? What are you talking about?
Well, there's 2 Terrence Crawford videos on Brian's page. They're both 4 minutes and change. You only sent me one. I found the quote, sent it to you, and then I pulled up the second video, listened through those 4 minutes to make sure it wasn't in there. What was the site that you read the article from? Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Boxing News 24. And the quote says, I believe it's either or. But I'm not even, he says, but I'm not, but I might not even want it. And you're saying that part's not in there.
I ain't hear that. Did you hear that?
He said, I'm looking to be victorious. We might have to rewind it.
Here as well, so July 29th is going to be a fun night of boxing for not only me and him, but for the fans as well.
We know there's obviously a rematch clause for this fight. Do you fight again at 147? Do you do it at 154?
I believe it's at either or.
Okay.
You know, but my mind ain't even on that. I'm looking to be victorious in the first one. This is the one that matters to me, the first one.
He certainly did not say that. Is there another clip? I'm not sure. Maybe we can. I'm gonna check this article again if they have another link. But that's the only link they put here. Huh. Strange that they would add that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I pulled up, and they talking about Brian Custer in the article. They quoted from The Last Stand. They said it was on that.
Yeah.
Cause I'm looking at the other video. I'm replaying it just to be sure. But yeah, bro. I don't think. Hold on.
Well, while he checks that, we're gonna keep taking callers. We got General Camino. General Camino. Hello. Let me check something here. Yo. Jump back in, General Camino. We do not hear you. All right, so Danny found another one. And now what does this one show, Danny? Only other relevant thing.
Yeah, that's the only other relevant thing on the Last Stand podcast that's even remotely close to touching on this shit. So.
And you said timestamp 107.
Yes, sir.
Is invoked before the rematch. Will the rematch be at 154? And if a mandatory is invoked before the rematch, will you vacate the belts?
It depends. It depends. I feel like boxing, when you get to a certain point in your career, you become bigger than the belts. I feel as if me and Errol Spence is at that level to where if we was both to vacate the belts right now, the fight would still be huge, a mega fight. Yeah. Why? Because we still the two best fighters in the division, and we make the belts don't make us.
Chance asks, do you plan to entertain a fight with Boots?
Well,
so again, that was the only other thing that was, even close to. I'm like, let me go see, but yeah, bro. I was hoping that shit was just took out of context, but it seems like either we don't have the right interview, or the shit just wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, I want to assume and give the benefit of the doubt to that site that there's another video or timestamp in that interview that we just haven't run across, and that they made the mistake of putting the wrong video in there. Because they're, I don't know who they are, right? I've never met them while covering a fight, but I know that, in my 13 years here, bro, they're on shit in terms of writing daily. They do more than Michael Benson, right? Benson finds the juicy quote and publicizes it. They actually write an article around it. So they do just as much when, they check all the IFL interviews and all the second out interviews and write articles about it. Maybe this is a slip up. Again, I don't know them personally, but I'm not going to deny and say that there's not other people that don't like that site, maybe for the same reasons. I've never had an issue till now. Honestly, they never misquoted anybody that I've, noticed.
No, I mean, we've used them. I've used them for years, and usually they're on par and on point quoting the interviews and their stories correctly. So, this is just one of those times again that I'm gonna keep looking. I'm definitely gonna keep looking. But again, this is just one of those things that I don't see it now right now. So I think it very well could be an error.
Word. We got General Camino. What's up?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Chilling.
Word. Spence Crawford. Yeah. I don't know if Crawford is saying he's gonna like not take the rematch if he loses. I just think he's just like really confident and thinks he's gonna win the first fight. And I agree with him. I mean, the first fight is really important. You know, rematches never really do too well. So I could definitely see Crawford being like pretty headstrong on just wanting to win that first one. And I have him winning the first one, so yeah, that's just kind of where I stand with that. But yo, why y'all not covering more of that Fulton fight, yo? That's gonna be the first fight of the week. We need more coverage on that.
I mean, I thought it was next week.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and then the Spence Crawford fight is Saturday.
Yeah, we was talking about it yesterday. We doing a live fight chat for the fight. You know, we even doing a co-main for Robisi. We was just talking about how even though this is a top rank event, we should have seen a little bit more, maybe Showtime back in a fighter. It was just Scooter's birthday yesterday in Japan. The Japanese got him a cake. Why we couldn't get a social media post or nothing? You feel me?
Nah, but I want to know why y'all not getting more into the fight. Who y'all think gonna win? What do you think a New Way brings to the table? What do you think Fulton brings to the table?
That usually
Bro, that's
happens on a
coming, though.
preview show. That fight ain't this fight where you could talk about it 4 weeks out.
You don't think so? I mean, some people have a New Way as they pound for pound number one.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I think it's worth the conversation.
Name another pound for pound fighter that had to rematch a 35-year-old. Just go ahead. I'll wait. I'll give you free time, unlimited. And I just
you got me on that.
I just pulled that question. I pulled that question out my ass. I don't even know if there's an answer for it.
You've been in the game way longer than me, so it's a lot of things you know.
Look, I think Danny's brushing his eyebrow trying to figure it out. Is there another one, Danny? You the almanac. Is there another pound for pound fighter that rematched the 35-year-old?
I mean,
shit.
how
Oh
was
shit.
Tyson?
Canelo rematched Gennady. And
Yeah, but
Gennady's
was he
certainly 35. I mean, he's older than.
And we already talking about that fight, and we got months.
Who
I mean,
else,
we
though?
not showing them lower weights enough light. Yo.
Canelo don't count, bro. Canelo don't count. He's had the longest career in boxing history. Dude started at 15 as a pro.
Damn, yeah. Gennady 41 right now, so when he rematched him, he was definitely 35, 36.
Yeah, no. Canelo don't count, bro. Other than Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Who else is on the pound for pound list rematching 35-year-olds?
Yeah, I was gonna
how
say,
old was Floyd when he fought Maidana?
How old was Fury?
Fury? I don't think Fury's 35.
Man, either way, man, I would like a little bit more coverage on that Fulton Inoue fight. I think that's a real big fight.
I mean, I want to see him do something.
I agree, champ. I agree.
I want to see him do something to deserve all that hype y'all give him, bro. I'm just saying, like,
he knocked out Nonito Donaire.
I don't need to see him do nothing.
That's my point, General Camino. That's my point. Like, you are high on a dude knocking out a 35-year-old 12 years later. Rigo did that shit on HBO when HBO was popping. Like, how are we impressed? Rigo did that so long ago. Like, so long ago. Like, I've never seen a dude more hype for beating a 35-year-old. Never in my fucking life. Not even Canelo.
But even
Canelo didn't get this type of
Spanish
hype over Cotto when he beat Cotto. Nobody.
Even the Rican dude he knocked out. He knocked out the Puerto Rican dude in the World Series of Boxing. Like, come on, he got a nice little resume. It ain't the greatest.
Bro, tell me when Emmanuel Rodriguez became a champion. Didn't he just become a champion in a vacant title? Like, literally after the knockout? Come on, man.
You work with what you got, bro.
Exactly.
I like his resume better than Crawford.
And if you ain't got shit, we got to question it.
Nah, champ, you just don't watch some of those. I ain't saying he got some killer resume. I don't think he pound for pound number one.
He don't got a killer resume. That's why y'all all bring up Nonito.
Listen to me though, but what this guy said is, like, there's no denying Fulton and Inoue, respectively, is top 15 pound for pound. They both top 15 in the world. And you and I had both of them in the top 15 because we did top 10 and then we did honorable mentions. That being said, whatever the fuck we think of Inoue's resume and who he's beat, we still should be supporting the fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, we still,
I mean,
gonna
you
do a
got
live
to.
fight
You
chat.
got to. You got to. Like, I am watching it to be made a believer. That,
But
like,
I'm
that's
not
it.
watching it to be made a believer. I don't think the guy.
And
See,
that's
you focusing
fine.
on,
That's
bro.
fine.
You
But
focusing on
you're
Inoue. You're focusing on
you're
Inoue, not the
allowed to
fight.
have your
You
opinion.
want to focus on but champ, that's the problem. You're focusing on Inoue, not the fight.
Exactly,
I'm not
because to
focused on
me,
Inoue. You keep saying that you want to be proved that this is gonna be your believe moment. Well, if this is gonna be your believe moment, I believe that you won't believe because I believe Inoue gonna lose to Fulton. So it's like now we taking away from what
I would
Fulton
be
does.
right. And I would be right. I would be right.
Yeah, you
That's
wrong
it.
for that.
I mean, I ain't wrong. You telling me
You
someone
are
is
because you're
good.
saying that Fulton you're not gonna give Fulton no credit
I never
because you
said
don't
that.
believe.
I never said that. You putting words
You're
in my
more
mouth.
focused, bro. You're more focused on Inoue's resume than you are two top boxers in the world stepping in the ring together.
Yeah, I'm more focused on it because they sold him as something, and I don't believe that. I am entitled not to
What
believe.
they sell Ryan as? What you talking about? Nigga, they sold Ryan as some elite boxer. He a
No, they
fucking
didn't.
dud.
No, they didn't. They sold him as what he is, a social media star.
Man, they sold him as a man. They sold him like he had the goods. He a dud.
And they never did that. That's why they never put him in the world title. You just don't know how to interpret reality.
All right.
So let me ask you this. What you think of Fulton?
Who, me?
Nah,
I mean,
the other host.
I mean, I think he's a decent fighter. Before he became champion, I remember him having a lot of undefeated fighters on his resume. I'm pretty sure he beat Joshua Greer on the way up. You know, I never liked that he didn't rematch Brandon Figueroa. There was certainly a fraction of people that believed that fight was tight and could have went the other way. You know, then they were gonna do it at 30, which I didn't understand.
26.
Thank you, which I didn't understand, and then it didn't happen because I'm assuming Fulton took the Inoue fight, right?
Correct.
So, you know, I have no hate for Fulton.
Figueroa, it was like you said, some people felt Figueroa won. It was a competitive fight first time around. Figueroa moved up. So Fulton, it was like, well, shit, if I want to make my point, I'm going to have to go up to 26. It's like this, right? I didn't need. Perfect example is the Tank and Ryan fight, bro. I was not a believer in Ryan, right? Regardless of whatever, I didn't need to believe in Ryan to give Tank his due for beating Ryan. Well, it's not like going into the fight, it's like, well, I got to see what Ryan can do to see if it's really that. Like, yo, he's been knocking all these motherfuckers out in multiple divisions. 3-division world champion. I do believe that he skipped over 112 when 112 had all the hottest names in the lower weight classes. I'm a believer of that. But even though I think Fulton win, I don't need Inoue to show more to give Fulton his flowers or to say like, yeah, he like that.
I mean, homie, you wasting your time. I never said Inoue has to show me anything to give Fulton anything. I said I'm waiting to be made a believer by Inoue. That's it. I never discredited Fulton. All that negativity, you verbalized
it's not you
that.
No, I'm just saying,
I never
bro,
vocalized any of that. I never said that I wouldn't give Fulton credit.
All right, Tam, because they're gonna say you got it.
I'm just saying, I never said that, bro. Like you, again, it's the same thing we said in the opening of the show. It could be a black and white quote. You could read it and take it one way, and I could read it and take it another way, and that's what happened. I literally said, I need to be made a believer by Fulton. I don't believe the hype. So then
you said about Inoue.
Yeah, Inoue. So then a caller gets upset and says, well, he beat Nonito. And it's like, bro, I'm obviously older than you. I seen Nonito get beat 20 years ago
Yeah,
on
I
HBO.
didn't even hear him bring him up. I heard you bring him up.
No, that's the
But
thing. I mean, again, you're on Skype. We'll be in studio next week. But like, yeah, no, he brought him up. he literally, like, that's their go-to, Danny. He beat Nonito. It's like, bro, get
all right,
that shit
cool.
out of here.
So take that away. Take that away. It's just like
Jason
you get what I'm
Maloney,
saying?
Emmanuel Rodriguez. These are not world class. Like, I'm not saying anything disrespectful. I'm telling the truth. Everyone else is
Nah,
lying.
but you just mentioned it, and this ain't no I'm just saying you just mentioned it. One division, like you get what I'm saying? Like you continue to mention names that he beat in one division. That was his third division. You know, that was the division he undisputed.
Bro,
So it's just like
what names you want me to mention? You guys are gonna your defense is.
no, bro.
Let me
I don't want
speak.
you to mention no names. I just want you to be interested in the fight because it's a fucking phenomenal fight. Like you worried about becoming a believer for Inoue, and I'm telling you, you're not gonna become a believer because Fulton gonna win, in my opinion. But you shouldn't have to
How is
become
it
a
a
believer to
phenomenal
want to
fight
watch.
then? How is like listen to what you're saying. You need to do a better job of defending the fight. You're saying it's a phenomenal fight. Then you turn around and say, but you're not gonna be made a believer.
I mean, when I say made a
because
believer,
Fulton is that good. So that means that fucking Inoue is not on his level. And if Inoue's not on a young guy's level, and he was only on an old guy's level, I was made not a believer, but a truth seeker. And the truth is he ain't what fucking advertised. That's just that. None of them names before the names we mentioned, anyone knows. And y'all gonna say, Ness, you just don't know him. No, it ain't that I don't know him. The world don't know him because where are their stories? Where are their accomplishments after Inoue? Like Pedraza losing to Tank went on to become champion. Porter losing to Brook went on to become champion. Where are these dudes that y'all made Inoue this fucking world-class fighter? Where are they at? What have they done after the monster beat them? I just don't fall for the monster shit. We had the same conversation last night with David Morrell. Don't give me the monster shit. That's how you piss me off, is tell me someone's a monster when they not. You ain't showing me no monster where? By beating up old dudes? Lord have mercy. Like, his resume is the same as Deontay Wilder. Nonito is Luis Ortiz. Like, who the fuck is Paul Butler? You ain't undisputed.
Yeah, you disrespectful, bro. What the fuck Ortiz done comparable to Nonito?
You right. Nonito won mad titles. I meant age. I meant age. A old champion. That's what the fuck he is. That's the most notable name he is, bro. Like, show me who this guy beat. You know what I'm saying? And I shut my mouth. I ain't say nothing. Y'all want to say Ness is hating. I ain't say shit. I don't even talk about the fight because I got nothing good to say. I want to see. I want to be made a believer. I'm tired of niggas telling me this dude's a monster, so I don't say shit. When y'all force me to talk, this how I sound because I told you I don't believe in the dude. I don't believe in him. Who the fuck is Emmanuel Rodriguez? C-class fighter.
Can I ask you something?
Come on, man.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Can you tell me currently who else you don't believe in? Or who hasn't made you a believer?
Berlanga hasn't made me a believer, but I still ride with him.
Preferably at least a world champion. Not a 3 division, but give me a world champion that you still kind of like,
Bro, I won't say I'm kind of like, but argue with me that 2 years ago people wasn't on Terrence Bud Crawford with all the wins and all the accomplishments. Tell me they weren't fucking diminishing his resume, picking through it, saying he's not what he says he is. It was up until Porter. And then those same detractors, they still around because they saying Porter was also faded or also done or also 1 foot out. His daddy saved him. Yada, yada, yada. He was losing the fight. Like, stop acting like we ain't got world champions that motherfuckers don't believe in, man. Knock it the fuck off.
So I'm curious though. Do you give credit to
Terrence? Now, but everybody knows that for a long time I wasn't. Like that's
So,
just factual.
bro, I just got onto the show, so you bringing up shit before the show that I'm just trying to figure
And I'm just
out. So
answering you.
yeah.
I'm just answering you.
Okay, so at what point? You ain't answering shit. At what point? The fuck?
I mean, again, pretty much like probably, deep into his welterweight career, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's what I said. It's what I said. Show me who you fight, and I give you a story. He beat Ndango. Where's Ndango? Who's Ndango right now? He beat Ray Beltran, a career fucking journeyman that they gifted a belt. So you don't want me to tell the truth? This is what I'm saying. I got truth. I got truth.
I asked you which fight. You just say deep into his career. So it's like we're not going nowhere. I think that regardless, Monster, because the nickname bothers you. So fuck a nickname. You get what I'm saying? I'll hop my ass on a scooter and enjoy the fight. But regardless of what you think or how you've been sold, I think it's very few people in this sport that box the way he do. You get what I'm saying? So it's like all I keep saying, I don't need to be proved that he can beat guys that is his age, or the Donaire. Like the Donaire was one. The Donaire was one. I give you that. But it's just like there's still no denying that very few guys can box the way he boxes. Like if it was easy, guys on the club level would be looking as spectacular as he does, but he doesn't.
Again, you could paint a story and I could sit here and be Picasso too. He skipped the division with Chocolatito. He skipped the division with the names that we do know. You know what I'm saying? He chose not to fight the names we do know. Now, someone who's more knowledgeable in this division is going to say, oh, so-and-so was tied up. This one was busy, so he moved up. Don't give me that. Because right now, guess what? Devin got 135 tied up. I do not see Shakur moving up. I see Shakur fighting to get a fight with the champ. You understand? So again, y'all got a different brush. I got no goggles on, no smoke and mirrors. You skipped the whole fucking division like Broner.
Bro,
but except
I
Broner
think
skipped the division
I
that
do
was...
think you have smoke and mirrors though. And the only reason I'm gonna say watch him is because regardless, bro, you saying that you don't have interest in a fight because you don't believe in the guy. If you don't believe in the guy, you should have interest. Like, okay, I know Scooter proven. Let me see how well he do against Scooter and see if he really like that. And if he not,
That's
then
what
I'm gonna say
said. You don't want to listen. I said I am waiting to be made a believer. Ain't that what Scooter is?
But
Ain't
you keep
Scooter
saying
gonna
you
test
waiting
him?
to be. You said, bro, you've been saying time and time again, I need to believe in Inoue. I gotta. He has to show me for me to believe. But it's like, why do you need to believe in one guy to have interest in the fight? You should have interest in the fight, and then the outcome of the fight makes you a believer.
Danny, I don't think you breathing enough to understand what it is I'm saying. Like you don't want to listen to me. Like what? Like
let's
I
just
am a
move on.
person.
Who we got on the
I am
on the
a
phone
person.
line?
I am an individual. I have my own likes and dislikes. Like I don't get what you're saying. You keep wanting me to think and act like you. Why can't I just wait for the fight to happen and then be made a believer or not? That's all I said. Y'all just don't like it. Y'all want me to talk about it before Tuesday. I got nothing to say. Y'all mad. It's fucking weird. All y'all hipsters is so weird because I don't want to talk about some dude y'all like. There's something wrong with me. I can't wait till fight night. Y'all weird, bro. That shit is weird to me. And then you keep trying to turn it around in different ways of why I should be caring. No. If I don't like chocolate ice cream, I don't have to talk about chocolate ice cream. Y'all so weird, bro. Fucking weird.
I just think it's a bit hypocritical to say that you waiting to be shown or to be made a believer of Inoue, but to say I'll give Fulton his credit if he win. It's like if you saying you don't believe in this guy, how you gonna give him credit for beating a guy you don't believe in?
Because you believe in him. I'm not the end all be all. You guys are so weird. I keep repeating it's my fucking opinion. What is wrong with you? It's my opinion. You want to
No, and
make
I
it
hear you.
end
I'm
all
just saying
be
that's a bit
all. You keep
contradicting.
trying
That's
to,
all.
no, you're changing it to be end all be all. It's my opinion. I don't like him. You like him. End the story. I don't
I
get
ain't say
it.
I liked him.
Nino.
I keep saying Fulton gonna win, champ. What you want?
Yo, Ness, Danny, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, Ness, I'm with you, dog. That nigga Ford finna cook that little boy. And it ain't even no disrespect to Anyway, dog. I like Anyway. But if you really break down boy resume, that shit is trash, dog. Like, that shit is really trash, man. Not even on no hating shit. Like, his best win is a old Donaire. Like, they ran that shit back because his face and all that shit was busted up. You know what I'm saying? Like, his eye socket, all that shit. And then he caught Donaire at like 39, 40, some shit like that. Knocked him out. But that's his best win. Other than that, his best win is, to me, is Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? Rodriguez's best win is he just beat Gary Antonio Russell. And I ain't even high on that Russell. So that, I don't know, bro. It's like I like the highlights, but like you just said, bro, I'm not a believer at all. So I'm picking Fortin by UD on that easy. Like, unless he get knocked out by dude, that's the only way I see Fortin losing. But I doubt that happened. But off that shit, man. Back to this Spence and Crawford. I don't even, from what I heard, I ain't even hear him say he gonna lose the fight. Like I said the other day, he always been talking about winning that bit. From what I've been hearing. So, like I said, bro, the energy is always the same. All he talk about is winning. I got Bud by stoppage, like I said yesterday, late, probably 9 through 12. That's what I'm gonna bet on. And that's pretty much all I got, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I ain't gonna take up too much time.
All right. You know what it is? People don't have the balls to be an individual. I'm reading this chat, and it's like, Ness, don't be selfish. We like him. You should talk about him. Motherfucker, why don't you be more like Treese from Toledo, Ohio, who calls in regardless of subject to talk about his favorite fighter and big up his city? You dudes are just big pussies. You understand? You don't know how to stand on nothing. You want to talk about Inoue? Call in. Call in. That's what the fuck your 3 minutes is for. But you don't want to talk about Inoue. You want to hear what I got to say about him, and I ain't got shit to say about him. Nothing. Nothing. You call in and talk about all the great shit he done did. Please educate us. Give us the link, something. Shit is hilarious. LV, what up?
TBV, fellas, how it sound?
Chilling.
Audio straight.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we here, man. You know, a little bit over a week out to the biggest fight in boxing, man. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
The biggest
this
fight
gonna
Tuesday, remember?
Yeah, it's only 6 days, not a
Man,
week, a little under a week, champ. A
said
little under a
nothing.
week.
I ain't said nothing about. I'm talking about Bud Spence right now. You know what I'm saying? I hit on that. You know, I'm pulling for Fulton though. In that though, I'm definitely pulling for Fulton. But I think he got a tall task going to that man country and trying to pull that out. But I'm definitely looking because I don't think it just he got to beat a new way. I think the judges might have a play, in it as well. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna definitely have to look good all 12 rounds, man. But no, I'm talking Bud Spence, man. The biggest fight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of numbers, what they bring in, I just think on a competitive standpoint, you get two top guys, top 5 pound for pound fighting each other, man. Like I said before, I think us, the world, man, the boxing world, just if you a fan of the combat sports, man, you in for a treat with this one, man. Like I said, this one of them ones, man. I'm glad they was able to get the deal done. But I've been heavy on the Crawford interviews, and I have yet to see what he said that. So have y'all found the clip yet, or y'all still haven't seen it? Because I've been heavy on looking at his interviews. I have yet to see him say that. Especially when I remember when Spence said something about the hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford didn't know what he was talking about, but I seen the interview
Bro,
with
that shit
Crawford.
was
He may not
hilarious.
remember
That
it.
shit was hilarious.
Yeah. It was it's an interview on YouTube though with Crawford saying like I don't use hot sauce. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure what Spence had got that information from. But with this one right here, I'm not really sure. I haven't seen no
Nah, but
interviews
you
with
ain't see
Crawford saying he's
Crawford's
not doing no
response to
type of
that?
that. Huh?
To the hot sauce? You ain't see not the interview, but his response after Errol said that. You ain't see it, the video?
Yeah. He was like, "How the hell you know?" Yeah, he was like, "How the
Yeah,
hell you know?"
yeah, but no,
Yeah.
he
That's what I'm
was in the
saying.
sprinter
But
with the team. That shit was hilarious. Damn, how the fuck he know that?
yeah. He forgot. He had to forget that he said it in the interview because, like I said, I think it's an interview on YouTube with him saying he don't even use hot sauce. I had knew where Spence got that information from because I remember seeing that interview. But yeah, I haven't seen what Crawford said. He's not willing to take the rematch. If it loses, just more. I'm more worried about the first fight rather than thinking about the rematch. He's more worried about just looking good on the 29th, to where Spence might not even want the rematch, or that's basically what I've been hearing from him. So, like I said, man, we in for a treat, man. Everybody got to tune into this one, man. This one of them ones. I think this gonna be the fight of our generation right here. And I didn't get to hit on y'all yesterday's subject with Bread, man, but I think this is one of them fights where we may see both men hit the canvas. You know what I'm saying? As one of them gonna have to pull through. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I think we in for a treat with this one, man. Biggest fight in boxing, and I wouldn't be surprised if the winner get that Canelo offer. But yeah, that's all I got, man.
All right. Looks like we got Tim in Seattle. Tim, Seattle. Brandon, Cincinnati.
Ness, Danny, what's going on, fellas? Good morning.
Chilling.
Good morning to the whole TBV community. Ness, I feel like you're being a little disingenuous with your Nonito Donaire and a new way critique. I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, Nonito was old. That's the casual way of thinking. But you're not gonna act like Nonito's career wasn't on the resurgence. He had just beat like 2 undefeated fighters.
But Brandon,
going into the rematch.
calmly,
Hold on, can I finish?
Calmly, people do the same thing to Deontay Wilder.
Did he look like?
People
did he
do
look
the
like
same
an old
thing.
man when he beat 2 undefeated fighters?
Luis Ortiz didn't look old, man. Luis Ortiz didn't look old, but he gets called old, and so does every other fighter who is 35 to 39. So you could say I'm being disingenuous, but the truth
You are
is
being disingenuous.
that's a lie. The truth is I'm just going with the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing calls you old at 35. So if they call you old at 35, how old are you at 39?
Ness, that's a casual way of looking at shit.
All right,
look
man.
at the fight. Does
All right.
the man
That's
look
why.
old?
That's
Does
why.
the man
That's
look
why
old
the
when he's
sport.
beating undefeated fighters?
That's why the sport of boxing made such a big deal about George Foreman coming back and winning the title after 40. That's why the sport of boxing made such a big deal when Bernard Hopkins unified after 40. That's why the sport of boxing made such a big deal when Dewey Bozella got out of jail and became a professional boxer at 54. Right? Because it's easy. Because being 40 is not something considered past your prime. Okay, Brandon. Go ahead and lie some more,
Did
man.
he look for it? Like I said, going into the Nonito Donaire fights, he was coming off 2 straight wins both times. He didn't look like an old man. So saying he was an old man is being disingenuous because he wasn't missing a step in the ring.
Brandon, if
That's
I'm
my
being
point.
disingenuous,
But let me move on.
if I'm being disingenuous, when Canelo
That's
fights
like
35-year-olds, are they
you don't
young or
give
old?
Floyd credit.
Are they
Hold
young
on.
or old?
Let me ask you something.
Are
Did
they
you give
young or
Floyd
old?
credit?
When Canelo fights 35-year-old fighters, are they young or old? What do the writers say? What do the bloggers say? What do the YouTubers say when Canelo fights a 35-year-old?
I know what the haters say.
All right, then.
But I don't say it. But let me ask you something. Did you give Floyd credit when he beat Mosley? Mosley had a few losses, but he was coming off a huge win against Margarito. So was you calling him old?
Nope.
That's my point.
Nope.
Exactly. So shut up. Let's move on. Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Mosley was not 39, man.
Russell.
Stop trying to make it okay, man. Like, I was
Man,
exaggerating.
Mosley was an old man with like 5 or 6 losses.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I was
exaggerating.
I was exaggerating when I said that Nonito was 35. You and I both know he was 30 fucking 9 when Inoue fought him. I was just playing to
You
say
keep cutting me off,
35.
brother.
I'm cutting you off because I'm telling you the truth.
I want to move on, man.
Yeah,
I just want
I'm
to move
sure
on
you
from
do
that.
because you ain't want that fun fact to come out.
Nah. I'm just being real, man.
Nah.
Don't call a man old if he don't look old in the ring. But hey, Maloney had just beat Joshua Greer after his loss to Inoue. He just beat Joshua Greer. He lost a 4 or 5 fight win streak. You keep saying what are these guys doing after Inoue beat him? Maloney beat Joshua Greer. Fucking Emmanuel Rodriguez got robbed against the Filipino dude, then beat Gary Russell. So these guys are doing stuff, champ. You just don't keep up with boxing. You're a casual for real.
Champ, tell
What's
the
up, brother?
truth. Tell the truth.
What's
Joshua Greer was
listening.
not a champion, right? Repeat after me. No, he wasn't.
No.
Okay. Repeat after me.
He was a
Repeat
great
after
contender.
me. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Joshua Greer never was an interim champion, right?
So, what's your point?
Repeat
you
after
said these
me.
guys don't do
Repeat
anything
after
after
me.
they lose.
Repeat
and
after
I'm telling
me.
you, he came off a
Joshua
loss and beat
Greer.
Joshua Greer.
Repeat after me.
Keep going.
Joshua Greer was never a regular champion, right? Right? Right?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I don't know what point you're trying to make. That means he's not a good fighter.
Joshua Greer, at the time that he fought Jason Maloney, already had what? One loss?
One loss.
Okay.
One loss.
Joshua Greer, at the time that he fought Jason Maloney,
So
already.
that makes it not a good win? Coming off of a loss?
Joshua Greer had 2 losses and 2 draws before he fought Inoue. Okay? 2 losses and 2 draws before he fought Inoue. He sound like John Ryder, but y'all didn't give Canelo credit for John Ryder.
Who didn't give Canelo credit for John Ryder? You talking to me?
I'm talking
you
to
ain't
you.
Talking to people that
I'm
hate
talking
Canelo.
to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
So you telling
And
me?
you from you from the
hold on,
city.
before I get off
You
the
from
call,
the city. You from the city. You from Ohio. How far has Antonio Nieves gone in his career?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Antonio Nieves.
Okay. That's the guy.
Let
that's
me
the
ask
guy.
you
That's the
something.
guy
Before I get
Joshua
off the
Greer
call,
beat before
before I
fighting
get off the
Plania,
call.
who came out of nowhere and upset him. Tell the world that. Was Joshua
That's
Greer a
fine.
favorite over Plania? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, but Plania's
You a
pretty good.
fucking
No,
lie. Don't lie.
I don't know. I don't remember. I thought it was gonna be. I personally thought it was gonna be a tough fight. But listen, let me ask you something. So hold on before I get off the call.
I'm gonna give you a whole nother 3
me,
minutes, champ. Do your thing. I just wanted to show everybody you're a punching bag.
So hold on. So hold on. You mean to tell me Rodriguez beating Gary Russell coming off a loss and Maloney beating Joshua Greer coming off a loss? Those aren't solid wins for you to say, damn, maybe Inoue ain't out here just fighting bums because these guys are winning after they lose.
Repeat the statement.
So you mean to tell me Emmanuel Rodriguez's win over Gary Russell wasn't a good win coming off a loss to Inoue? Before you can say maybe he ain't a bum just because he
Gary
lost to
Russell? What Gary Russell you talking about? Don't be just don't.
He
be,
was an undefeated.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He was
don't
undefeated.
do that.
Oh, now Gary Russell's a bum. Now
don't
Gary
do
Russell,
that.
Done, man.
Don't
Goodbye.
do that. Yeah, goodbye.
Now we calling Gary Russell
goodbye,
a bum.
man. I'm out of here. You see, I don't like dudes like that trying to be slick and cunning, man. Make it clear what Gary Russell you talking about. We know they got 5 Gary Russells. And right now, there's only one that is proven and has been a world champion and has defended his title for like 10 years. And then there's a brother that people think is next up. Other than that, what Gary Russell you talking about? You can't just be throwing out Gary Russell like that means something. There's 5 of them, man. There's 5 of them. You think you slick trying to trick the audience? No, sir. No, sir. Come on, man. Do better than that. We going out to Discord. I got Joshua Cabrera.
Hey, how's the audio?
Straight.
Buenos dias, guys. Buenos dias. I want to start off by sending out a happy birthday to El Cabron Cabrera, turning 29 today.
Oh,
right
shit.
Now.
He old, bro. He old. No, I'm fucking with
He
you.
getting there, man. He's in his peak right now, ready for Pitbull Cruz.
Yo, unfortunately, we won't be watching the fight because Pitbull ain't really done shit with his career though. So we're not actually gonna watch the fight, champ.
See, See, this guy is just being a weirdo. This is why I say they're weird, right? Because Pitbull isn't a champion. Pitbull isn't unified. He hasn't undisputed, and no one calls him a monster. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I seen another
So
weirdo,
just say you're
Batman
mad at his
boxing.
nickname, like I said half an hour ago, bro.
Batman boxing.
Just
The
say,
only reason you not timed out is because you brought me weed in Manchester and we smoked together. Other than that, I would have timed you out for 3 fucking days. Because he got the nerve to say, but you pump up Green. I never said she's fucking pound for pound. Or if anything,
bro,
I
but
say
they're calling
she's
her
gonna
the Terminator. They're calling her the Terminator. It's a fucking
Not
nickname.
me.
Just say you mad at
Not
the
me.
bro. It don't
Not
matter.
me.
That's what they selling her as. That's what they selling her as. That's what they selling her as. That's her nickname.
Okay.
Same as Inoue.
My audience knows that I literally spoke about that and said, I don't know where Sweet's Terminator come from. I don't know her as that. And she says Sweet's Terminator too. I don't know. I knew her as Sweets. Sweet's Terminator, I don't know. I knew her as Sweets.
Hey, one quick thing before I get off. I feel like one thing with Pitbull is he's focusing way too much on the Tank fight, and he has a real monster in front of him, and it's gonna cost him. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Good show this morning.
Yo, Josh, appreciate you, champ.
Thank you, Brandon. I said she's better than Ann Wolf. I don't know that I said that more than I said she's this generation's Ann Wolf. But I probably said she's better than Ann Wolf, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me foreseeing the future. You understand? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see how that is in the same realm as the monster hype. It's different. I'm telling you about a club fighter that you don't know about. You're telling me about a dude that's internationally known that has this story of a monster. I don't get how that's different. Yeah. Maybe I said this generation's Ann Wolf or better than
You're
Ann
right.
Wolf.
One guy's became champion in 3 divisions and beat world champions, being called the monster. Somebody else being called the Terminator and yet to prove themselves. You're right.
Well, that's not true. There's different versions of proving yourself. She's not a world champion. So the prospects and contenders that she's fought, you can look at it and see that she's proven herself. That's why she's in the position that she's in. She hasn't proven herself against world champions. I don't even know if she's fought a former world champion. But amongst the opposition that she's faced, she certainly proved herself. Isaiah Hernandez is a common opponent with everyone. A tough, durable girl that's never been stopped. So, she's got the names on the resume. You got to know, just like y'all tell me about Inoue, right? So I guess the shoe don't fit when it comes to other fighters, only for Inoue. Do we got to know?
What you mean? What you mean, gotta know?
I mean, that's the defense. Ness, you don't like Inoue because you don't know the dudes he's fought. So
no.
if you say she's not proven, it's because you don't know who she fought.
Because you say you don't like them because of how they sell them. They trying to sell them as a monster. So do you think Steph is a cool boy? Like, do you consider him cool? I'm saying because you don't like Inoue's nickname. I'm trying to see if you like Steph's nickname. That's why you said that they trying to sell him as a monster, and that's his nickname. So I'm saying, do you find Stephen Fulton to be a cool boy? Do you find him cool? Is he cool to you?
Yeah, he's too cool. He's too cool.
No, that's what's up, champ.
Yeah. What about for you?
Bro, I bought his shirt. I told you he got the best merch in the game, so he cool as hell.
All right. So he cool as hell. Didn't we go to Nino? He must got a counterpunch. What up? Nino. We don't hear you. Don't hear you. But he do got a counterpunch. Let me go to...
The Mexican monster just went the distance with a guy Canelo stopped.
Go out and come back in. Bro, Bro, and you know I don't run with that either. Come on, man. He got that from Tyson. Like, come on. That's what I'm saying. All right, whatever, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. Y'all like what y'all like, man. What up, Nino?
Yo, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why my mic was tripping. Yo, dog, I don't know what it is in America about this nigga anyway, dog, but it feel like Foden don't get no love like that. Like, Better BF don't get love like that. Like, it's hella fighters with hella knockouts who don't get love like this anyway, nigga. Like you just said, they've been selling them hella crazy. But even with Donir, man, like, he did beat two undefeated fighters. But if you look at them fighters, for them niggas ain't good at all. Like, one of them just lost to a 9-9 fighter, cause like after the Donir win. So it's like, bro, he ain't beating nobody for real. They just got O's. You know what I'm saying? You know how that matchmaking be. It's just like how he brought up the Lil Russell. Like, don't nobody like that Lil Russell, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the baby Russell, and then you got the big Russell. Nobody talk about Antonio. I think that's his middle name. Nobody talk about him. And it ain't even no disrespect, dog. It's just shit how it is. And like I said, bro, it ain't even no disrespect to anyway, bro. It's just keeping it real. And I think they just pushing him a little too hard. He got the hella fan base, but I think Foden gonna cool all that shit down when he go over there. And that's why I like him doing that shit. I don't know what his bag looking like. I'm pretty sure he got a great ass one though, and I'm rooting for him. But it is what it
I
is,
heard
bro. It's
5.
like 5 million. That's it.
What you mean that's it,
Damn.
brother? Who
Bro,
the fuck it? Man,
bro, who at
I mean, that's a
120?
lot of money, but
Yo,
Who
damn.
the fuck is getting 5 million guaranteed?
bro,
Who?
who's getting 120? Who's getting 5 million at 122 pounds? Period.
I
Period.
don't know. I was just saying.
No, I'm just
Like, shit, it
no, and
seems low for anyway.
now
Bro,
take
fuck
that
Like,
the
with
shit,
you.
it's the
but see
monster
that's
in
what I'm saying.
Japan.
Fuck the weight, champ. Fuck the weight. We talking about hold on. How many people in the sport? Fuck a weight, bro. It's
Nah, I'm
18,
just
19
saying,
No,
dog.
kilograms
Like,
in the
it,
Danny, it's better to say wait because it never happened. Like who at
yeah, understood.
122 could have possibly, off the top of your head, could have possibly made 5 million guaranteed.
Nah, I
I
can't
don't know.
think
I
of
just thought
anybody. But
anyway
again,
bag was
even if we
crazy
look
over
at the
there. That's
big
why I
names,
said.
very few are making 5 guaranteed today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly
I
why.
just thought anyway bag
That's
was crazy.
exactly why. Robert Brandt.
Bro, that is a crazy bag. That is an insane bag. Y'all just don't know. Like that is
Exactly.
an
Nah, I
outrageous
know it. I
bag.
know it's crazy money, nigga. I'll take that shit. I'll take 500,000,
Bro, Fulton's
nigga.
never.
But
Let me tell you, I guarantee you, Fulton's never been guaranteed 10% of that, which is $500,000.
Mm.
yeah, that's crazy bread for him, man. It just seemed low for anyway. I thought anyway bag was super crazy over there, but I guess not. Shit. I mean, but 5 million is still great money though, nonetheless. But man, that's all I had, dog. I just had to punch back in, let them know Donir, one of them fighters, lost to a 9-9 fighter and shit like that. So don't go around just speaking on that shit because it really ain't nothing to stand on other than they was undefeated. But that's all I had, man. Let me keep listening in. Hit that like and subscribe button, dog. I'm out of here.
Yo, Nuss,
Yo.
this is one of those like far left reaches, right? But like you said, you didn't like the Mexican Monster. So his original nickname from day one has been El Bandera Roja, right?
Yeah. Yeah. El
Do you
Bandera
see
Rojo.
anything wrong with that?
I never understood that. I ain't know what that was. I thought that was some Mexican shit because the literal translation is red flag. So I don't know what that stands for.
I mean, I've only known one red flag in my life,
What,
and I
Bloods?
feel that's it. So
Okay.
you give them.
So I mean,
So
is there is there a big population of Bloods in Phoenix? Because he's from Phoenix and Seattle.
I mean, he's from Phoenix. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
No,
be in
but he's
Phoenix,
also
but
lived in Seattle.
I mean, yeah, that was just like recently. I feel like since he's been in Seattle, they've been calling him more the Mexican Monster. Like that's been fairly recent. I'm just saying, like, a nickname is a nickname, and as crazy of a reach as that just seems of what I just said, you get what I'm saying? It's like nicknames are nicknames. How cool would it be of Steph to make his way to the ring in a scooter? No pun intended.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like puns were all intended there. How cool would it be for Cool Boy to get on a scooter who's also
I said
nicknamed Scooter? What the fuck are you
I
doing? You
said
rapping?
Steph. I said Steph.
Yeah, but
How
that's what
cool
I'm
would it be for?
saying. His nickname is Cool, so I feel like all the puns were intended.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't
we
say
just
no
talking
pun
nicknames. We talking
intended.
monsters, so that's why I'm
Alright.
trying to talk scooters and cool boys, and
All right, champ.
and red flags and
Ghosts boxing.
You know, Nicki Minaj calls herself the motherfucking
Yo, what
monster
up?
too.
What up? I mean,
Yo, what up? Can you hear
Nicki
me?
sold more albums. She's in the realm to call
I
herself
ain't-
whatever
yeah,
she want.
Nah, champ, I ain't never seen her knock
Ghost
nobody out.
boxing. Ghost boxing. He trying to hijack you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We do.
Yes, I just wanted to ask. You know, if you dive into every single boxer's resume, like everyone, you could kind of pick holes in everyone. Like Gervonta Davis, like who's his best win? Like a lot of people are saying he's only a one division champ, and that they've got a point.
I mean,
Like, who do you think?
even if listen, champ, that's the wrong name to start with because even if you say his best win is Leo Santa Cruz is still a Hall of Famer. Like when he
Is
retires,
Nonito Donato? Is
no,
Donato not?
bro, oh my God, we got another New Way fan here. So you're gonna compare a young, fresh, 4 division Leo Santa Cruz to 39-year-old Nonito? Why y'all keep doing this shit? And you see what I'm saying, Danny? If a New Way's so good, why they
A
don't say
young fresh,
why they
I
don't
love
say
it.
someone else's name though? If Nonito, I mean, if the Fultons, what's this kid's name? And New Way's so good, why they keep calling in to defend Nonito? Ay, Virgen Santa, ay, Dios
No, because
mío.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't really know. I'm not. I don't. I like Inoue, but I just feel like there's a lot of boxers you could like pick holes. Who's this? Like Crawford. There was a lot of people saying that. Like who's Crawford's best win now? Like Porto, who's had to retire after. Like there's a lot of boxers. There's only like maybe.
Again, that depends who you talking to, right? It could be Porter.
Yeah, what do you think?
It could be Porter, who is a 2-time champ. You know, it could be Undango. It could be Gamboa. It could be Brooke. I mean, it depends who you talking to.
And also, you know about the him having to rematch Donaire. Like, what would you say if Haney rematches Lomachenko? Because that would be kind of similar. Even, what do you think?
What would I say if Haney rematches Lomachenko?
Yeah, because you're giving Inoue a lot of stick for rematching Donaire, but what if Haney does the same thing?
I mean, I thought I've already said on record Haney should rematch Lomachenko. I think that's the bigger fight. If you can't get tanked, that's the bigger pay-per-view. If you legit did 150 and now people think you lost, they're gonna pay to see you lose the second time. He'll do more.
Yeah, but Inoue, like Donaire's a big name as well. That's why he rematched him as well. Like the same thing could be said.
So
Donaire's a big name.
So wait a minute. For the casual fans that slipped under them, over their heads, but not mine. Let it be known to the record that you're trying to compare Vasil Lomachenko to Nonito Donaire. Not only are you trying to compare them in accomplishments and record, but you're also somehow trying to, do a blanket statement that they're the same age when they're not.
It was pretty much around the same age.
No, one is 4 years older.
I'm just using it as an example.
One was 4 years older when he fought Inoue at 39, and Devin fought a 35, right? Or was he 35, Danny? How old was Vasil when they fought? Oh, Danny's checking it.
A lot of people, most people are saying that he didn't even win the fight. So Inoue like pretty much dominated the fight. He just won points.
Again, two different people, two different times in their career. I mean, 35. And
also,
last
thing I'd like to say.
All right, go ahead.
The last thing, I know you. It's also a lot about eye test as well. Look at what he's doing. Look at like Jaron Ennis. I rate him as well. He hasn't beaten anyone, but everyone rates him so highly because the way he's beating them. Like that's another point why everyone rates Inoue so highly because the way he's doing it.
Jaron has beat people. Jaron has beat people. This is what I was telling Danny. Like, it all depends on how you're ranking Jaron. He's not a world champion, so you can't rank him against other world champions. He's a contender. So you got to rank him as a contender and the people that he fought. Bro, this kid fought Raymond Serrano in 2018. Mike Arnudis, common opponent with Danny Garcia, 2018. You know what I mean? Juan Carlos Abregu, he knocked him out in 6. And this is what I said. What did they do after Brandon in Cincinnati? After Juan Carlos Abregu went 10 with Conwell, the killer, literally. You understand? So yeah, some dude that don't know shit about boxing won't give him credit for eye above. Didn't watch the fight. Doesn't understand that that's a European. You know what I'm saying? They won't give him credit for Sergey Lipinets that's a former world champ. But if you know boxing, how could you not give a prospect credit for fighting a former world champ? And when he destroys him, how could you not call him a contender? I don't get it. I mean, you just don't know who he fought, and that's okay, because I don't know everybody. But look, just click on I.E. Bruce and see how many people he fought at 54. And Jerron fought him at 47. It all depends, man. Listen, his father groomed him. He wasn't brought along faster because they told you the story, right, Danny? That instead of making him a 54-pounder or sucking him down to 40, they made him into 147. So they took their time with him. You know what I'm saying? But now he's off the leash. And we seen Roman Villa. You know what I mean? You may not know who Roman Villa is, but we seen him versus a world-class fighter in Rashidi Ellis. I thought Rashidi Ellis won, but we seen the characteristics of Villa. We knew what he brought to the table when it was time for him to fight Boots. So, you know, it's easy to say who has Boots fought. Yes, sir.
Ness, how many current champions has Boots beat?
Current? None.
Yeah. How many current champions has Inoue beat? Because in his 4th professional fight, he beat a guy that had 20 pro fights, and that guy is a current world champion today. So, you know.
Current world champion at what weight?
He's a current world champion at 112, and then
now
he
watch
unified
this, y'all. Now watch this.
He unified at 108.
Now watch this. Inoue fought him in 4 fights, right? I ain't got BoxRec open. Inoue fought him in 4 fights?
Uh-huh.
How many fights did it take that dude to be champion after Inoue fought him? And I'm going to guess it ain't take that many. And I'm also guess it ain't take that many because it ain't a lot of grown-ass men in them low-ass divisions. Come on, man. Get out of there with that bullshit. Tell us, please. Prove me wrong. Tell me how many fights it took him.
Yeah, 3 fights.
That shit sounds like the women's division. When you
How,
lose
bro?
and you
the dude already had 20 fights.
Can I
in. He was
explain?
already
Can
a
I
regional
explain
champion.
Can I explain without being cut off? It sounds like the women's division. You lose, you get a title shot because it's that barren. It's that fucking barren.
3 fights, you get a title shot,
bro. I tell us.
Hold on. We just saw
on.
Savannah
Champ.
lose and get a shot at undisputed in the next fight, not 3 fights later.
That is my point. It sounds like this dude just can't listen. He don't know how to listen. You about to get Kenichi Bear knocked off. Put the other ear on, motherfucker.
No. You saying the same thing? Okay, cool. I'm just like you said, 35 and 37, the same thing. You saying 1 fight and 3 fights, the same thing. I got you.
I'm gonna move on,
now.
bro. It's funny because I've never been the one to tap out, but with this guy, I gotta tap out. I see that he just likes to argue about anything, so I gotta be the one to tap out. It's funny as hell. Go ahead, Angel. You win, Danny. I love it, though. I need you. I do. Who else is going to push me like this? This dude is crazy. Go ahead, Angel.
Nash, you the only one acting crazy right now.
Oh,
shit. Nino Donaire is a Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Yo, let's stop. Please, nobody calling. Please, we don't want to hear no Nito name no more.
How you get in
the
the
fight
Hall of
is between
Fame?
Inoue and Fulton. Inoue and Fulton.
Exactly.
Inoue and Fulton. Ain't nobody.
Get off that Bluetooth, man. Get yourself some Kenichi Bears. You sound horrible.
They need 2 other fighters in the pound for pound list that got a Hall of Famer on their record.
Name you two other fighters that are on the pound for pound list that have a Hall of Famer on their record. Devin Haney beat Vasyl Lomachenko, dumbass. Canelo beat tons of Hall of Famers.
Okay, so you think Loma's more accomplished than Nonito when Nonito was a 4-division champion, Loma was only 3-division. Try again.
What? Bro, Loma is more accomplished than Nonito. Nonito had an entire 30-plus fight career. Loma did everything Nonito did in fucking 15 fights. Get your silly ass out of here.
It stepped up every time he stepped up, he lost.
Every time he stepped up, except for the times he unified?
Is that a lie?
Except for the times he unified?
Against people he was supposed to beat, just like you were picking him to beat?
Supposed to beat,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Like Ryan was supposed to beat Tank, huh? Oh, that hurt.
You're nuts.
I got him.
Man, Inoue. So Inoue beat Jason Malone, who just became champion. You know he just became champion, right?
Wait a minute. Wait. Where is it? Oh my God. Come on. Oh, here we go.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Stop it, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
So now you're gonna act like you don't know him.
Bro.
That's crazy.
Bro. Really? That's what you about to come on? Like, Yo, this is what I'm saying. Y'all making my point. Y'all built this dude to be a monster, and all y'all, it's like the 7th caller to call in about Nonito, who was 39 when he fought him. And finally, someone says Maloney from Australia.
He's 37. He was 37 the first fight.
Thank you, Danny.
He hasn't fought
37.
nobody who's been Wait, Ness, I'm gonna kill you with this. I'm gonna say one last time. I'm gonna kill you with this.
Yes,
you were
kill me.
on here parading.
Kill me.
You were on here parading when Thurman was about to fight Pacquiao. You were parading that
Oh
fight.
my God, he's comparing Pacquiao. I gotta go. Stop it. Stop it.
You were gonna give him credit for being Pacquiao.
Stop what you're doing.
You were gonna give him credit for being Pacquiao.
Oh my goodness.
Try again.
Yo, you really compare. Yo, this is the hype of Inoue. We got motherfuckers comparing Inoue, whose biggest win is Nonito, to a legendary 8-division champion in Manny motherfucking Pacquiao. Oh, Lord have mercy. Es que estos niños tan de pinga, let me tell you. What the fuck is going on? How big is Inoue? Who's paying y'all? Now this dude's not only... Yo, first of all, he said Nonito got a better resume than Loma. Then he said... What was that last shit he just said? Oh my goodness. This is just too much. Lidslow, what up? I can't even believe y'all, man. This dude is legend status.
Pacquiao a bad example because Pacquiao's nickname is Pac-Man. So it ain't like they were saying he was this killer. You get what I'm saying? It's all based off the nicknames. If your nickname promotes you as something, you got to live up to it, guys.
And Pacquiao was certainly eating through motherfuckers and eating through divisions, eating through titles, eating
He also
through
ate
champions.
that punch from Marquez to the fucking face that put him to sleep.
Oh my God. Fucking at the end of his career. Hello?
Oh yeah, because he ain't fight for 8 years after that.
Is this thing on?
End of his career. 8 years later.
Go ahead, Lidslow. Go ahead, Lidslow. This guy's a hater. Danny, how about this, Danny? Who gives a fuck about Marquez? Who held on to that win? Never gave us the 5th fight because his pussy ass wanted to keep one on him. Get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna make my shit quick so y'all can get back to it.
His pussy ass will put you to sleep too, champ.
His pussy ass may put me to sleep. He won't fucking. He won't beat Canelo. Hating ass, always hating on Canelo because he can't be as great as Canelo.
Hello?
Oh, hating ass.
Hey man, let me give a call out. Y'all can get back at it, y'all. Let me say something. Hey, so did anybody call in about Inoue not wanting the testing?
Yo, I just want to say end of his
spoke about
career.
it.
I just want to say end of his career, but that Marquez knockout was 9 years before his last fight. So I don't know how late or end of his career that fucking was, but he still became world champion after the end of his career, according to you.
I mean, again, it just goes to show that you can't compare Inoue to Pacquiao. Thank you. You just keep making my point.
Please stop goddamn comparing them, man. Shit, let me say my
Yeah, you're right. Inoue ain't never
Oh,
been
oh.
put to sleep, motherfucker. You right about
damn.
that.
All right, one, like I said, ain't nobody said nobody Inoue goddamn not wanting to test it. So for that reason alone, I'm going more towards Fulton. I was just gonna leave it, in the middle, but I'm gonna fuck with Fulton on that. Now when it comes to Bud, man, there ain't no weakness in Bud nor Spence. So we can quit that little bullshit, question for real. Like, these motherfuckers ready to get it on. They gonna give their life in the ring, and one of the motherfuckers gonna win, and I believe it's Bud. No disrespect to the Earl or his fans. Shout out to y'all. So we're gonna have a great fight. And Inoue and Stephen Fulton gonna be a great fight too. So let these motherfuckers fight. Y'all call in if you want to call in. But hurry up and get y'all shit off, cause Danny and this and the goddamn battle. I'm at this count, man. Y'all stay up.
C-Dub, counterpunch.
Yo, how the
Bro,
audio?
he got put to sleep by a dude named Rusty Torrecampo, who is 15-8-6. Like, what the fuck?
Statue status.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he
Statue
did, man.
status.
Yo, we back, man. Statue shit. Man, we gotta stop you, man. We gotta stop you sometimes. Sometimes you like to double as a casual. And you're not being a fan of man. You just being a hater right now. And then they see through your antics. And you go too far, man. You said Donito was Ortiz. It just, man, I'm not gonna go as far to say that Inoue resume is better than Bud.
Age wise. The way that
Got
people
you. I got you.
use that against Wilder, like, oh, Ortiz was old. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
Got you.
saying.
Got you. Yeah, you cleaned it up. But like, some people in the chat say Bud resume don't compare to him. I'm not gonna go that far. His last 9 opponents, none of them has became a champion after Bud beat him. No, Nito went on to be a champion after he lost to Inoue. Yes, he was old, but he went on to be a champion to prove, like Brendan Maurice was saying, that he's still at the top of the division. He got D belt, and Doggo ain't do that. Nobody. The last 9 opponents didn't do that. Emmanuel Rodriguez, he was a champion. He had D belt before he lost in the Super Series. Now he about to get the belt again. He may get the belt again. So there's 2 people that may became champion after he lost. I don't know who the casual was that said Tank best win is somebody. I mean, but Pedraza is great. He went up and became a champion after the loss to Tank. I mean, I feel like the ghost of Mario right now, Mario Maguilla, man, and they're still hating on a smaller division. Same old Ness. But yeah, let me talk about Fulton a little bit. Fulton is a beast. I didn't think that he was gonna be Figueroa like that. I didn't think he was gonna handle Roman like he did. But Ness and then don't worry, Inoue can still impress Ness even in a loss. What if he knocked down Fulton a couple of times? Ness,
But
you wouldn't be, he
the
wouldn't prove to you
real
about the
question
muscle.
is, do you believe Fulton is a cool boy? That's the question, because this all started off of
Hey,
nicknames.
and
Is
he
he
didn't look
is he
real
a
cool in
cool
that
boy to you?
Figueroa fight. He looked cool in that Roman fight, but he didn't look cool in that Figueroa fight. He
Tell him
didn't.
again,
But he still
dub.
came out
Tell
with
him
the win.
again, dub.
Oh,
He
so he
came out
ain't
with the
that
win,
cool. So
though.
we need to
It's
blow
all that.
Ross
That's
because
what
they
it
be
matters.
trying to sell him
That's
as a
what it
cool
matters.
boy.
That's what it matters. But
I like
what if
when
he make
hardcore dub come around. I like when hardcore dub come around. I don't like that casual dub guy.
statue shit? Hey, yo, man. What if you take Fulton life or death, though, Ness? What if you do that? What if it go to a whole 12?
I would be impressed because he moved up so many divisions and he went life and death with a unified champ. Even if he loses, then
and Fulton a beast.
and depending how he looks, I could be like, damn, man, the hype was real. Even if he
the hype was
loses,
real.
even
Then.
if
There
he
you go.
loses.
And that's what we hoping for, man. Shout out Ness. Shout out Rainwalk. TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself.
And that's what I've been trying to say from the beginning. Like, there was no hate. It's just dudes is like, oh, why y'all ain't talking about this fight? Why y'all ain't talking about this fight? And it's like, that ain't my thing. And Danny definitely don't ever recommend for me to talk about Inoue. He never says like, yo, look at what Inoue did. Oh, look, Fulton arrived and sends it to the pre-production chat where, look, Fulton arrived. We should do a show on his arrival. Hey, look, I was on Twitter yesterday. I seen Sean Zattel's clip going viral. I seen Breadman talking about it. I seen everybody calling Fulton versus Inoue fishy because Inoue didn't want to do testing and seek for the fight to be pushed back. I mean, I could have did a show on that. If Danny really was about those weight classes, he'd be like, yo, this the hot topic. Fulton's over there. People insinuating that Inoue's cheating. People insinuating that Inoue is on something or could be on something, but ain't nobody call in either about it. I
Yo,
gotta bring
now
it
it's
up.
Danny's fault that Nez
It's
don't
not your
want to do
fault,
work
champ.
on
I'm just
certain
saying,
fights.
champ, it's not your fault. I'm just saying this is truth, right? Like I do heavyweight shows because I'm a heavyweight fan. I don't wait for you. I do Jared Anderson shows without you. You understand what I'm saying?
You do
So,
whatever shows you want, though. That's the thing. Like we do
and
the shows together, yeah,
but you could also be, you've recommended shit. So,
for
it's just
sure.
that
I mean,
simple. But
for
point
sure,
is,
very simple.
if Inoue was this guy and this fight was this big, why am I the one to first talk about today after 3 hours in, 2 hours in? Why
Hey,
am I the
chat,
one
but
to
look,
bring up? Why am I the one to bring
look.
up the most uh uh provocative news about the fight?
Nah, but look though. At the end of the day, we can move on, close it with this, right? Uh, it was never about Inoue to me, and that's what I was trying to show. Like you keep making the fight about Inoue. It's never been about Inoue for me. It was just a fight between two great fighters. And that's all I was saying. But
And that was the issue and has always been the issue. Is like, y'all telling me one dude is great while I haven't been able to,
right,
verify that.
but you say you ain't not able to do that based off of his nickname because you saying that they've been selling him as a monster. So it's all good, bro.
Yeah, it's like I said, the same issue with Morrell. Don't call him a killer. Stop calling him a killer. Who he fought to be considered a killer? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Suleiman, what up? Let him beat Benavidez the way he beat Ayadios. Then it's like, okay, that man's a killer. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't I don't see Killer like showing on his nickname joint, you feel me? So we can't call him a killer because that ain't what they introduce him as.
That's what
They
the
introduce him away
callers.
as a monster.
That's what
So
the callers introduce him as. That's what the media has him built up as, this killer. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
I mean,
Suleiman.
But yeah, but that's a Japanese media that's doing that, man. And he's not testing though. He's not doing no viral testing or nothing. That's the thing that guy has to be on something, man. And they're bringing this guy as a sacrificial lamb and trying to take his belts like that. That's some foul stuff. And he always like fight. He knocks dudes out that they're like they're not like okay, well, they're highly ranked for the divisions, for the low divisions. But he keeps moving up. He keeps vacating. Like everybody said, oh, he's sweeping through division. Something is suspect about that guy. Um, but the guy that's not suspect is Fulton. Fulton is going on it to his turf. Fulton beat Angelo Leo to get the WBO belt. He vacated his IBO belt, right, which he had when he beat an unbeaten fighter, Anuka guy, right. Went up and beat Angelo Leo. Then he went and beat this guy, Brandon Figueroa. Not too many people expected that to happen. And Figueroa that win age well because Figueroa went up and went and is right now is the current interim WBC champ. So this guy, he's going through the Nassim Haber syndrome. He keeps moving up in weight. He's trying to acclimate himself to these divisions and get belts. He already got an orbital bone broken at the end of the day, even though the guy was old, Nonito broke his orbital. So, this is what we got to look at. We got a guy that's busted. We got another guy that's unbeaten, fresh, and he's in his real weight division. He's big for a 122 pounder. He got a lot of stuff, aspirations to continue to build his legacy. So I think this guy, he did more than he do with Fulton. He's going to look bad. Fulton is so skilled, he couldn't even fight on the ropes. I think it's going to be he's going to win by decision. I know it's going to be hard, but he just got to pump that jab, keep winning all the rounds, keep himself busy in there, give him angles like he always does, and he'll win this fight. I know he's going to be able to absorb that punching power, which is kind of suspect, and that's about it for that fight. The real killer is Killer Camposo. He's going to fight for the IBO belt against Matthew Hughes this weekend, and that's the guy that you got to look for because once he wins that fight, I want to see him defend that belt against Frank Martin. Once Frank Martin and him go at it, the winner from Frank Martin, I want to see him go and get a possible fight with Devin Haney or Tank Davis. Because Tank Davis is going to be elevated from WBO world champ, which is the real belt, all the way to super title, and or just stay with that belt and keep defending it there. Devin Haney, man, what he got to do, man, is do what I'm saying. Go 147.
When
If
the
not,
last time?
go
When the
fight.
last time he defended that shit?
Who defended what? Maxie Hughes.
The
Maxie
Reggie
Hughes
belt.
defended
The
that
Reggie
belt against.
belt. The Reggie belt. Nah, you talking about the Reggie belt. When the last time that got defended?
Okay. Well, it's no such thing as a Reggie belt. The world belt. The guy that defended that world belt was against Ryan Garcia. Was Tank Davis. Tank Davis defended that belt.
How the fuck did he defend? How the fuck did he defend it against Ryan when the fight was at a catch weight above the weight?
It was a catch
The
weight. Hey
weight.
man, you're right. He defended against Rolly. He was the mandatory.
All right, champ. We got Cliff in Connecticut.
Yo, what's up? Yo, I don't, I don't know, like, why Ness is being like this today. I thought the boxing voice was like, you know, the pioneer of the sport. Like, I thought we came here to learn and put casual fans on and educate everybody. And, you know, I thought we wasn't a fan of man and we was a fan of the sport. So why you refuse to want to talk about the Inoue Fulton fight is beyond me. I don't understand that. I feel like that's just stubborn. Like, normally you always saying, "Oh, I'm not a fan of man," and da da da. Well, this is the part of the sport, and it's a big fight. You got Unified Fulton. I never even seen either one of them fight. I heard a lot about Fulton though, and I just heard about Inoue. So why wouldn't you want to cover that for us and put us on? Know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. And then
I
you
think
don't
you
like his
just
nickname.
misunderstood everything, and that's the biggest issue with each and every one of y'all. Y'all don't listen. Like, Danny made it clear we're doing a live fight chat. I made it verbally clear. He made that verbally clear on this show, and I made it verbally clear on this show. We doing a previews and prediction. We also made it clear that it's time. That fight is next week. So again, that's just y'all assuming because you want to.
Well, it sounded like you said that you didn't want to talk about it because you didn't like him. When you and Danny was going back and forth, you was basically like, I don't know him, I don't like him.
I'm not going to talk about it
I felt like
before
that was
time.
kind of crazy.
I said I'm not going to talk about it before time because I got nothing good to say. I don't believe the hype.
Okay.
Why
If you're
can't I
gonna
have my
cover it,
opinion?
then if you're gonna recover it, then I'm wrong because you got every right to cover it when you feel it should be covered. But I thought you was basically trying to say like you didn't want to cover it.
No, we
because you
definitely
don't
covering
like
it, and even on yesterday's show, we was talking about it.
Bro, we talked
Yeah,
about
I
it for
remember. I watch your
months.
show every day. Y'all was saying just the other day how PBC is not treating their fighters right and they not promoting it, and their Top Rank finally put something out on it. I watch the show every day. You know what I'm saying? And I've been waiting for y'all to cover that fight because this month, that's one of the biggest fights. It's like it's bigger than the Cambosa Maxi fight, if you ask me. It's one of the biggest fights of the month and whatnot. And I'm like, you don't like his nickname. I feel like that's corny. They got to hype a fighter up. Even if they want to compare him to Pacquiao right now, they're both from Philippines or they're similar freaking race, whatever that race is. He doesn't want to take the freaking drug test. He's moving up mad weight classes to fight this dude. So he is, like, early in his career, yeah, you can't say he's Pacquiao yet, but to just start promoting him, that's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's how you build them up. The same with Morrell. But my time, I ain't gonna disrespect.
All right, but that's the point. If you choose to build up a dude in a certain manner, you're chasing a certain crowd. And cool, they got that crowd, but they also gonna get the detractors that don't believe the fucking hype, that don't believe the machine. What is wrong with that? I don't get y'all. It's like not fair, you know, and I'm not allowed to have my opinion. Like, that's crazy to me, man. I got JC, he says, to be honest, I wonder who idea it was for the rematch. Thinking emoji. Another $2 coming here from Keep It Moving. He says, "Que lo que, matatang?" Chillin'. And we got El Chapo, just became a prospect. Salute. G-Ball with a $5 super chat. He says, The Brandon Lenz guy in the chat said it was on a virtual press conference. That's where it was.
Yeah, I sent it to the pre-pro like an hour ago.
And he says those words?
I mean, bro, I don't know. We didn't talked about it. We didn't talked about other shit for the last. I don't remember his exact quote, but whatever they talking about that they claim was said, I sent it in the thing with the timestamp.
All right. Let's see.
It didn't sound like it to me, but we was doing the interview when I seen it, so it was like I was paying attention, but I was also doing we was interviewing the guy.
Well, I'm just trying to pull up the timestamp.
That have to do with him. Like I said, like I'm going in July 29th, 100% focus mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Hold on. Don't like that.
But just want to remind everybody that July 28th, next Friday, we will be having the fourth ever TBV Appreciation Night. Names like Sean Porter, Rachel Donaire. Hopefully Rachel still comes. We got Hassan Rockman Jr., Kevin Cunningham, Kenny Porter, Adrian Clark. We got Tiger Johnson. We got Keyshawn Davis. Lots of names in the building. The link is in the chat. Go ahead, get your tickets now.
The rematch, but if you beat him in the way that I'm sure you feel that you will, either decisively by decision or stoppage, you feel that he will want a rematch based on the way that you think you're going to beat him?
Well, that's on him. Like I said, that wouldn't have nothing to do with me. That would be something that have to do with him. Like I said, like I'm going in July 29th, 100% focused mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and ready to win the first fight. I'm not thinking about a rematch or second fight or any of that at this point in time.
My last question for you, Terrence, is why do you think that he has tried to diminish your win against Sean Porter?
I mean, do I got to play more, Danny? That seems like a lot. That was a whole minute. Or was that it?
Yeah, that was it, bro. I mean, the entire chat was saying that video at that timestamp, the only thing remotely close to the topic at hand around that timestamp was what you just played, brother.
All right. Well, moving on. I got numbers.
Buenos dias. Numbers in the building. AAA. Mic check, mic check. Damn, bro. So I've been listening, right? And I think it's weird that people trying to get you to like what they like. Me personally, I don't watch any fight, like schedule fight, anything below 130. Because, I want to see some pip in that pop, you feel me? Like I want to see some power in them punches if I'm going to stop my day and watch a fight. It's cool to see the skill at the lower levels, at the smaller weights, but like I'm not just trying to see slap boxing, you feel me? But one thing that convinced me about Inoue is the way he, just like Crawford, he be making dudes look average and he be putting them out. That killer instinct is something that's not too common, that's what makes, elite fighters above average. And, at first I was like, Nance, you tripping, you bugging, you disrespecting Donaire, you disrespecting Inoue's record. which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know every name on there, but there's dudes that have 20 plus wins. So it's not like he's fighting bums either. And hello?
Nah, we listening. We listening.
Oh, okay. Um, and so, but now that I heard it on a previous call where it's like, yeah, you are gonna cover the fight, because I also had that misunderstanding where it's like, oh, they really not gonna cover the fight, and I thought it was on the 22nd, bro. Like that's this week. Or is it on the 25th?
It's
No,
Tuesday.
25th, Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. What the fuck?
So
And
in
see,
yeah,
like that's
In Japan, you got to book venues a year out, which they did, and they had it Sunday. They were doing it Sunday because they couldn't even get a Saturday originally. They were doing it Sunday, May 7th, and obviously there was an injury delay, got pushed back, whatever. So they were only able to get a Tuesday.
yeah. That see, and I think for people here in the States, like that's just hard to like. We don't even pay attention. We barely pay attention to UK boxing.
What
Just
time
because
is
of
it gonna
time difference.
air, Danny? Tell them what time it's gonna air.
Honestly,
At 6
I
in the
don't
morning.
know. I was trying
That's
to
what.
figure it out because when we're in Vegas, it's usually 5 a.m., which means that it'll be 4:30 to 5 a.m., which means it'll be 6:30 to 7 a.m. in Chicago, 7:30 to 8 in the
4
East
a.m. on the
Coast.
West Coast.
But
Oh my goodness.
but hear me out. I pulled up ESPN. I'm in Chicago right now. Bro, that should say like 3:30, 4 a.m. in Chicago. So I'm gonna wait till the
Oh
day
my
of
goodness.
or day before.
That's crazy. Hey, Ness, real quick, one last question. So, do you not like watching smaller guy fights? Like, what's your personal like? Because that's the bias I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you don't like watching smaller weight classes.
What fight took place in a smaller weight class recently?
Recently, I couldn't tell you, man. I've been all over the place.
There you go.
Like, yeah, nothing recently. Nothing that's popping on my radar.
All right then.
I feel it. Hey.
He said, yo, you ain't gotta feel it, chat, man. Fuck with he's
Hmm?
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm just
Oh
saying,
man.
Danny. I mean,
Oh
if it's
man.
such an amazing division and he wants me to talk about it, why can't he remember the last fight in that division?
Yo, but the thing is, he's not wrong, bro. You've said it out your mouth plenty of times that it's not you don't really
No,
keep up with those smaller divisions.
that's not true. That's a narrative that you and the callers and the
So
listeners
so
continue
that's
to
never came out
drive.
your mouth. That's never came out your mouth.
My friend, I'll ask you the same question. What was the last fight in those divisions that we should have watched?
Bro, bro,
So you
hear
don't want
me
to
out.
answer that. Okay, cool. I'm not you're
No, no,
not gonna
no.
answer that. You want me to hear you out and answer you. I'll do that. Go ahead.
I mean, you can't answer me. Why the fuck would I answer you? What the fuck make you think you better than champ? You don't answer my
You
question.
didn't
Fuck, I'm
ask me a
answering yours
question.
for.
You didn't ask me a question. You're deliberately trying not to
I
answer
brother,
mine
I
to
legit
force
asked you.
yours.
He's not wrong. That's came out your mouth, and you said no. That hasn't. That's a narrative that you've built. So again, I'm gonna ask you. You've never said that the little weight classes aren't your thing.
Nah, man. Nah, man.
Oh what?
I want you to answer my question.
What was your question, dude?
What's the last fight in those weight classes that we should have watched?
I mean, I watched it. There was probably the Maloney title fight, right?
Okay. So then I watched it. Is there another one that I should have watched that I'm being accused of not watching?
I mean, we watch. I feel like what we watch is the shit that's supposed to be watched. We watch Bam. We watch the Maloneys.
So then
We
I watch.
watch in
So
a
then I
way.
watch the little guys. So then that's a narrative that's being created, right? I mean, haven't I
I mean,
watched Bam's
I
last
mean,
five
was the
fights or
quote
three
was
fights?
absolutely not. You said five?
5 or 3 fights. Yes, so that's what I said.
Maybe his last two.
All right, I'll check his name.
I know when he became champion. That's when you was. You feel me? You was traveling that day. You was traveling that day. I know you went back and watched it. All good. I know we didn't do a show for it though. I do know that. Um, Again, I never said you didn't cover the what the caller said that I agree with. That you've said is that the little guys aren't really your thing.
And my
But it's all
defense,
good, champ. It's
and
all
my
good, champ. I mean, look.
defense has continued to be that that's a narrative that you guys paint because,
Yeah, no, it's all good, champ.
you know, like I said, I watched Bam's last 3 to 5 fights, and I was right in saying 5 because I definitely watched the Cuadras fights, which was 4 fights ago.
Bro,
We
I
both
legit got video you sleep during the
we
Cuadras fight. Would
both
you like
know,
me to? Would you like me to send
bro,
it to you so we can
bro.
screen share?
It wouldn't matter if I was asleep. Did I watch the Cuadras fight? Yes or no?
And I say you probably went back to watch it.
Okay,
I
so
know
then,
we didn't do a
so
show
then, so then, what is the problem? Like, why do you constantly just want to argue? If we both know I
because,
watched it, like you
bro,
sound
I
so
never said you
stupid. Let me
didn't
just
watch it.
You
It's all good,
literally
bro.
just said right now, yo, you didn't watch
No,
it. You were
bro, no. The
asleep.
quote is that the little guys really aren't your thing, and that's what the caller said.
Bro, and again, I'm proving that it is a lie and a narrative that obviously you are pushing. You know I
That's not a
watched
narrative.
Cuadras.
That's not a narrative. I
Did
feel
I
like you've
watch
said
it?
that out your mouth,
Did I watch
and you
it?
said you haven't,
Okay,
and it's
I'm
over
gonna
then.
move on because I watched it. He just wants to argue. So we've agreed
I'm not
that I've watched the
arguing.
last 5 Bam Rodriguez fights. We all know I watched
That's not
all
what
of
was
the
said, but
Nonito
okay,
fights.
cool. You got it.
We all know I watched all of the Nonito fights. We all know I watched all of the Inoue fights since he got in the tournament with the World Boxing Super Series. Who am I not watching? Did I not watch Emmanuel Rodriguez? Oh, yes, he was part of the Super Series. What are we talking about? It's a fucking lie, a dumbass narrative that only idiots believe. You can't name a fighter like I don't watch Sonny Edwards. I'm not the only one in the last 2 weeks that's been talking about Sonny and Bam. Again, the dude that says he's a Bam fan didn't bring up the fact that Sonny is clowning Bam for wanting a 16-foot ring inside. These are two things. I brought up the drug testing with Inoue. I bring up the ring with Bam and Sonny, but I'm the one accused of not watching the division. Yet I'm the one more fucking knowledgeable in what's taking place. You guys are some dumbass dick eaters. Treese, what up?
Yo. Yo.
We
But
hear you. We hear you.
man, I'm just what up, what up, what up. I'm just tuning in and shit like this here. I don't know nothing about this arguing and shit like this here with this. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't much a little guy shit myself, but I do fuck with certain fighters at these smaller weight classes. People who got the potential to knock somebody out at that small shit. You feel me? That's what I fuck with. But I'm excited about this Fulton's fight. You feel me? I ain't hear nothing. I ain't know nothing about this. I don't like that. What the fuck? Is fishy shit going on with the drug testing and the politics in Japan? Man, well, come on, man. Politics in Japan on the fight, bro. Can't nobody tell me that that's just not like automatically on some fishy ass. You gotta be suspect. How to do if it come down to decision, like that shit is unacceptable. I lightweight need him to knock him the fuck out. And if I'm a trainer in the corner, I'm telling them that. Like, don't forget where we at. Like, you gotta make it look like ain't leave no doubt that this is our fight type shit. And hey, what the fuck you talking about with this rematch shit? That's not, bro. Bud ain't. I heard this shit that you just played. I'm with Bud, bro. That's what winners do. Winners don't think about no what the fuck a rematch. That's not even on. That's not in his thought process. That ain't in his animatrix. You feel me? He trying to win. That shit is. The rematch don't matter when you win the fight. You feel me? That's why he said he need to be thinking about that. You feel me? I like that type of energy. He need to be thinking about. I'm not thinking about no fucking rematch because I'm about to go out here and win. I'm about to knock his shit loose. I like it. I like it a lot. You feel me? And that's one of the points I be talking about with it. Another case in point for the past 3 days about that weight shit. Bud moving up. He moving on. You feel me? He ain't really thinking about weight or like that. I know Earl the naturally bigger guy and all that shit, but I know Earl be thinking about weight. I know he struggles to make. I won't say struggle, but I know it's something that he thinks about. You feel me? During the training camp, bro, don't think about no weight. He think about boxing and beating ass. I like it. I like it a lot. You feel me? But yeah, man. As a third shift worker, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of excited that this little fight is on the AM. You feel me? By the time I'm getting off, I'm gonna be able to watch that shit if it come on like that. What is it? You said 9 a.m., Danny? The Fulton and Inouye shit?
Danny dropped off. He said his laptop died.
Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, Ness, I'm with you too. Tell people to stop throwing around that monster shit so loosely, bro. Motherfucking Morrell not a monster. I don't like that shit. His best win is his last win against Rosado. You feel me? That's how I feel. But stop throwing around that monster shit. Everybody ain't no killer. Tell that motherfucker. By the way, last point. I want Conwell to fight Morrell if we can get that on the fucking floor. You know what the fuck going on August 26th, man. The real big baby. Shout out TBV, man.
All right, and that's my point in case. You see, he talked about his call and he brought up Big Baby. Never see nobody doing that about Inoue. Ronnie, what up?
Yo, what's going on? How you doing today, bro?
Chilling.
I'm gonna be real quick, bro. I'm went to lunch right now. The Benavides, bro, his old nickname. He grew up in South Phoenix, bro, in the Southside Posse Blood neighborhood. He's not from Posse Blood, but he grew up with them, so you mean you're automatically affiliated with them. That's where he got his original nickname from. And as we know, the new nickname was given to him by Tyson. He ran with it. He said, I'm gonna take it and run with it. I like all boxing, all weight classes. I do think that, you guys said you're going to do a show on it. I'll be here. You guys know me. I'm here every day, bro. So I'll be here for whenever you do the show. You mean? I would like to get into it because I would like to. You guys got me. I put a bet on fucking Fulton, bro, just from hearing you guys in the past talk about him. So I went like 2 months ago whenever they actually announced the fight and placed my bet on him. But, and I got a parlay on him too with him in it. So hopefully he pulls through, bro. I don't know. I've watched Inoue fight. The last fight he had, I watched him fight. And I forget the dude's name. It was a white dude. I had to watch it like at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. I was waiting to go. I was on my way to work, as a matter of fact. I didn't like really pay attention to the whole fight. The video you guys played, I didn't hear much of what. Everything Terrence is saying, I think is legit, bro. But that's my call next. I'm gonna get back to lunch, bro. Thank you guys for what you do. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Ness. You guys are going, brother.
Appreciate you, champ. Let me see here. Jay Billy, what up? You're.
Can you hear me good? I got my
Yep.
Yes, sir. Shout out. Danny putting me in work. I'm at work right now, so I got to head to the back real quick. Get on that fast, you know? But Ness, Clown, how you gonna say, so when you and Danny was debating, and I fuck with you, so I'm gonna give you some grace, because I know sometimes you say some things that you didn't stand on before just to help out with your debate. Case in point, you said, yo, if you an Inoue fan, come in and talk about Inoue and Stephen Fulton. But when I wanted to talk about Shakur and Dev this one time, he was like, hey, man, we already talked about it on the morning show. You feel me? Whoop the woo. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You missed the morning show, but there's been plenty of time. If you a listener, you know you've heard people be like, yo, I hate to get off topic, but I just want. We don't cut them off. We don't cut them off.
Okay.
We give them the show to do what they think. So people just don't do that for the new way. Y'all want me to beat the drum for y'all favorite fighter? No, y'all do that shit.
I mean, it's not my favorite fighter, bro. But you know, at the end of the day, you want the traction. You know what I'm saying? You looking at the numbers, bro. That would bring so much numbers with the Inoue fight, just even before the previews and prediction. Let's just talk about it one time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what we doing. We gonna do a previews and prediction before the fight.
No, what I'm saying, we can capitalize on it with the casuals, like some people saying. and do a show before it.
What
You know, a
casuals
show
though?
before
Like,
the we for
who's
Ness
to
for
say
what
this
big
dude?
fight?
Who's to say this dude's a draw?
Ness, look, for what big fight do we just have one preview and prediction? We'll have 2 to 3 shows leading up to that. You know what I'm saying? This fight's on Tuesday. I don't think we giving it's just due.
Okay.
You feel me? Especially on Steph's side, we want PBC to be or
So I gotta
whoever's
do more
older.
than
We want them to.
PBC. I gotta do more than PBC.
Hey man, you know
Where they keys to
sometimes
victory at, yo? Where they keys to victory
hey,
at? Where they
fam,
homecoming? Where they
you
homecoming?
just that person. Ness, big Ness. You just that person. You know what I'm saying? You that person that put in that work. You show them how to move. You set the tone. You know what I'm saying? So when you move, they follow. You feel me? You need to show them how it's done. You feel me?
I need the content to work off though.
We got Cool Boy and the Monster. Ness, you talking to Jay
Oh,
Billy
the
right now. When I
monster!
told
He
you
called him the
I told you about that
monster
Shakur and
again.
Dev fight.
Called
You
him
know what
the
I'm saying?
monster
I said if you
again.
do it, you said what?
You called him the monster again.
Hey, that's his nickname. You know, we going off nicknames. We got the Cool Boy versus the Monster. But look, Ness, when I had advised you, like, hey man, we should probably do that Shakur and Dev show, you was like, oh, you don't think 2 welterweights on the show would do more than that? I was like, nah, man, we need to do that show. You did that show. That show got crazy numbers.
Which
Man, if you
show?
do it in
Which
New
show?
Way and Stephen
Which
Fulton,
show? Which
I'm
show?
telling you, it's gonna hit at least.
Which show did
Which one?
crazy numbers? What you talking about?
The show with Dev and Shakur, who's ducking who?
Bruh,
Don't act, man. That
dudes,
Hardin ain't that strong.
Bruh, them dudes so popular. You really gonna compare them to some dude from Japan?
But Ness, all you could do, you got to test it out though. You got to see because we got the callers call. This ain't no Inoue show. This ain't no Inoue Steph show. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
Everybody that's been calling in,
but they
since
not.
y'all debated, has been talking about them.
But you know why? Cause they
Why?
they want me to be wrong.
I mean, but
But
look, no, Ness, don't look at it like
y'all
that.
all
Come on,
still
bro.
saying y'all all
Don't
still
play victim.
no, it's the truth. Y'all all still saying the same thing. My
No, bro,
whole
we don't want you
defense,
to be wrong.
my
We
whole
fuck with you.
defense, my
Look,
whole defense was that he ain't who they say he is, in my opinion. So I just want to be made a believer. So everybody
Ness,
calls
but
in
you
to
love
tell
this
me the
shit, right?
same shit.
You can make you can test it out yourself.
But that's what I'm gonna do
I
come fight
advise,
night.
No, one before the preview and prediction. Let's do one like tomorrow or Thursday or Friday.
All right, let's do
You know
one
what I'm saying?
tonight.
Then
We're gonna do
look at the
previews and
numbers.
prediction tonight.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
Why?
I'm busy. I'm not gonna be on there. Tomorrow morning is way better.
What time is it in Japan? Let me get my
Right
world
now?
clock out. I gotta get my world clock. Where they fighting at? Let me go to Box Rack, man. This shit hilarious.
Nah, we gotta hold that show tomorrow morning. That's a morning show. We can't do that as no night show.
You
We gotta
don't
give it
know.
its
You
just
don't
due.
know. You don't know. You don't know. You gotta check the time zone. The time zone. What time is it over there? I mean, because
It's like a 12-hour difference type shit.
Alright, but ain't New Way this popular dude? Why we gonna do it when they sleep?
Facts. No. So if we do a 9 a.m. show, it'll be 9 p. Okay. I see what you're saying. Like, damn, man, I got plans though. I need to be on that show.
I'm trying to
We
check
all need
now.
to politic. We all need to politic on this so we can show you how popular this Inoue and Steph fight is. Like, bro, I'm at work. People that's not even talking boxing coming up to me talking about that.
Get
You know what I'm
out of
saying?
here, man. You stunting right now.
Am I? Okay, yeah.
Yo,
I ain't gonna
he's
lie.
stunting
I ain't
right
gonna lie. Okay,
now.
I cap just a little bit, but no, I got a casual. That works with me. You know what I'm saying? And he's bringing it up to me. You feel me? He's a casual. He ain't no hardcore. So it's at least getting to the casual. I'm not gonna say the non-boxing fans at all, but at least to the people that watch it lightly, type shit. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for it.
I hear you, champ.
They're looking for that content, man.
Yo,
and you that content creator.
It's 12
Pause, but you know.
a.m. Bro, it's 12:41 right now in Japan. They 13 hours ahead of us.
Damn, I was close. Shit.
13 hours in Tokyo. So, I don't know. Maybe.
All right, what about tomorrow night?
It's
What about
probably
tomorrow night?
it's probably better for us to do it 7 hours from now because it's gonna be like day morning time or some shit. About to probably be like 11 or some shit.
Yeah, man, you
It's
low
like
key right. But like I
Australia.
said, look
It's
at
like
all this traction
Australia.
that is bringing right now. Just off that little debate, look at this traction it's bringing. That's
That-
all I'm saying.
And that's only because of the debate. It's only because people want to tell
No,
me, Ness, you
and they,
wildin', this guy's a 3-division champ, you wild. That's all they care about is me being wrong. They don't, bruh, no one has mentioned anybody other than the same fucking name I'm discrediting him for. It's like he's a monster, but the biggest name on his resume is 39-year-old Donito. Excuse me, 37 at the time.
Ness, you put in too much importance on the nickname.
It ain't about
What
the
has
nickname, bro.
how
It's
has he
about
looked?
the
Has he looked
person,
valid in the ring? Has he looked valid in the ring? Yes or no?
brother.
Has he looked valid to you?
I mean, I could have swore when you started this, you specifically said you never watched neither. I watched him fight
I know that
Nonito.
was not me. That was the caller before. I watched both.
Okay. Well, I watched
Yeah.
him fight Nonito. So when you step up to the biggest fight of your career, and that man happens to be 37, but he breaks your face, and you got this all started from that.
Age don't matter. Age does not matter. No, it don't.
Man, you a
It
lie.
don't matter.
I can't give you no more free time to argue with me, man. I gotta
I'm
go.
just saying. Look at Keith. Look at Keith.
I got
look at
to
Keith.
go.
That's your boy.
I
That's your boy.
got to go. How you gonna say age don't matter in the sport where age fucking matters, man? Knock it off.
Look at Keith.
If age didn't
Look at
matter,
Keith,
George Foreman won't be in the history books, man. If age didn't matter, B-Hop nickname wouldn't have changed from the executioner to the fucking alien. Like, you dudes are weird, man. Y'all want to change boxing, and there's nothing wrong with me not wanting to believe the hype. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I should be entitled. Like, I don't want to believe the hype. Let me watch my fight and see from there. But when you first step up in class and your face get broken and you got to rematch that man and he's 37, all that tell me you're not a monster, man. All that tell me the monster under the bed might not be real, man. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see how that's ignorant or nothing. Profound dreamer, what up?
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What up?
Dang, call me right when I started up this truck. You can hear me? Hello?
Say again? Yeah, I hear
hear
you.
me?
I hear you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was just calling in 'cause I don't know if y'all cleared it up. But that article on Boxing News 24, the dude who wrote it, Chris Williams, he lied. He just straight up lied in the article. Like, the quote that he put said, Bud said, I may not even want it. But what Bud actually said in the video, the same video that he put the link to in the article, Bud said, my mind ain't on that. So he switched my mind ain't on that to I may not even want it. I know y'all can't call him a liar, but I'm just a boxing fan. He's just a straight up liar. He lied on Bud. So that was it. I was just calling to set that clear. I don't know if y'all clarified that or not, or if y'all looked in the article. But the same article that you was referencing earlier from Boxing News 24 was the same article that everybody was referring to when they talking about Bud say he don't want the rematch. And the dude from the Pivot podcast who quoted the article, he clearly didn't read the whole thing either. Like, and that's a prime example why I don't listen to former athletes podcasts, because these dudes is pros at reading playbooks, not reading.
All right, champ. Well, thank you for calling in. Yeah, man, that's part of the media, you know. Whether it's right or wrong, that's why right now there's speculation on a new way. Bank, what up? You got a hella
good,
echo.
Ness? Hello?
Yo.
Hey, yo, man. What's good with you? Man, I just wanted to not clarify, because that one guy, probably like six calls down, he made a comment saying that NOA was a Hall of Famer. You agree?
I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I mean, look at how these writers write about him. That's what these guys don't get. Like, people that get in the Hall of Fame get in there because of the Doug Fishers, the Dan Rayfields, Keith Idix, the writers, they vote you in. It takes the Michael Coppingers of the world, like they gonna get in because they love those dudes. They loved Gennady too. Before Gennady did anything in this world, they were praising him too, and that's what writers do. Vloggers like me, we talk shit. We talk shit, but we tell the fucking truth. I'm not writing shit for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I watch with my own fucking eyes. They want me to not say 37 is old because Nonito is special. No, two things could be the truth. 37 is fucking old, and he could be special.
Yeah, you got a point. He is undisputed. You know what I mean? So you got to count that in perspective.
Yeah, no, let's count it. Let's count it. But they love to discredit Devin Haney's, right? They call it the quickest route to undisputed.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't do nothing to be undisputed. Meanwhile, this fucker fights Paul Butler that nobody fucking knows, and we praise him. This is what I'm saying. It's like dudes is allergic to bigging up an American. Devin goes to another goddamn country and they call me the Haney voice because I'm saying he undisputed. I'm bigging him up. They want me to big up a fucking dude from Japan. At least Devin face ain't get broken versus a 35-year-old. This man's face got broken. He had to rematch him. Like, don't tell the truth, Ness. Don't tell the truth. No, Inoue's everything they saying. Don't tell the truth. What the fuck? Come on, man. I'm not no lame.
All right, so some of these guys that watch boxing probably gonna be their first time watching Inoue, and probably gonna be their first time watching Fulton. But I'm not making no comparison because I heard how you were sounding like because the old boy made a comparison with Inoue and Pacquiao because Pacquiao, we already know what Pacquiao did. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna trace back all the way back when Pacquiao wasn't Pac-Man. You know what I mean? Did you know who Pacquiao was? Did you? Did you know who Pacquiao was when he fought Lutuaba?
No.
No?
No.
All right. So put this into perspective now. In a way, there's probably a lot of these guys first time watching this guy. Now, when you watch Pacquiao beat the living hell out of Lutuaba, did you become a believer on the hype of him? Or you were just like, you know what I mean? He was the better guy that day. Like, what did you make your judgment based off of his performance? Did you like, we got to see more about him because he wasn't a champion at that time.
Bruh, I never watched no Little Wabia fight.
Inoue is undisputed. I'm not trying to compare nothing because we seen this already with Pacquiao. We seen it with Pacquiao. I'm not an Inoue fan. I'm not a Fulton fan. I'm a boxing fan. You feel me? I watch y'all every motherfucking day. I'm loyal as hell to y'all and every other channel that covers the sport. But I'm not. To me, I'm not doubting Inoue and I'm not doubting Fulton because I'm calling it straight down the middle. Inoue put in work. Fulton put in work. This is gonna be a solid ass match. You know what I'm saying? In the lower weight classes. So I'm not gonna discredit Inoue because, like I said, we've seen this before with Pacquiao, and that's why I say I'm not making the comparison because Pacquiao is a legendary fighter. Inoue has not yet proven that yet. He just got undisputed, and that's the only accolade he got on his side. But like I said, we seen this before with Pacquiao though when he first came on the scene. That's the only comparison I could even make with this situation is the fact that we've seen this already with Pacquiao. And everybody was thinking that Lutuaba was going to run through this boy, but then Pacquiao was the dude that ran through him. So I'm not going to put in like Inoue's the shit, and I ain't going to say Fulton is the shit. I'm just saying it is a solid match. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight, and it's good for the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? And as far as Team Texas goes, Errol Spence, hey, that boy gonna crush Bud. I'm just saying. And that's my call, man.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
Chat Warriors, I want y'all to thank me for providing this show because yesterday CYP was one who called in talking about age and how old is old and but now we talk about it today, but it's all good. In a way, yes, he may be a little hyped up. Yes, he probably is. This probably is my opinion. Probably is my opinion. Likely he is. Probably. That's just my opinion. Y'all could like him. It don't matter to me. But I do think we should talk about it because even people in my gym was asking me about the fucking fight. Talking about when is it? And I'm like, Tuesday. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, Tuesday. Most people don't know when it is. They're confused about Tuesday. So when we have the show on Monday, I think it'll help a lot of people get hyped for the fight. Because people probably think it's fucking Saturday with their dumbasses. But
Yeah,
that's
and I
life.
ain't gonna lie, it's kind of shitty too. They bumped the time up, so it's gonna be way earlier than usual.
Yeah, so a lot of us ain't even gonna see it, but I'm getting my ass up to see that fight because I believe in Cool Boy. Well, one thing I want to ask y'all, everybody listening, getting a draw with a top fighter, right? All time in his prime. That shit is hard to do. I was looking it up. That shit is hard. It's easier to beat a top fighter like a Mike Tyson or a Holyfield. It's easier to beat them than it is to get a draw with them in their prime. It's fucking hard to do, right? So when people keep mentioning Ortiz for Wilder, I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. But the draw with Fury to me is his biggest accomplishment. Not Ortiz, not Stavern, because I believe, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm keeping it real. Fury's one of the greatest of all time. I can't lie to you. I ain't gonna hate. Fury's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Getting a draw with him is like getting a draw with Canelo. It's hard to do. It's like getting a draw with Pacquiao in his prime. It's hard to do. Getting a draw with it's Floyd. It ain't happening. These dudes are so fucking good that they never look average. And when you with a dude and you get a draw, both y'all look the same. That's hard to do. Now, if y'all think I'm wrong, look it up and see if I'm wrong. You know I'm not because I studied it. But anyway, I do think that that Fulton's going to win. So I got a parlay going. Fulton for the win. My man Jake Paul for the stoppage and Bud for the win. I'm putting that parlay together. Wish me motherfucking luck because I believe all three of them fights are going to be the outcome that I'm betting on. If y'all with me, you're with me. CYP out.
Shout out to CYP. We appreciate the support. I just want to let everybody know, as we are not discussing, this ain't the show topic, but we are discussing Inoue Fulton, the unified super bantamweight title fight that is taking place Tuesday morning. It is a late or early start, depending on how you look at it and where you're located. So July 25th, 1:30 a.m. Pacific, 4:30 a.m. Eastern. So for my people in Chicago, 3:30 a.m. For my people in Colorado, the Mountain Time, 2:30 a.m. And for the people Cali, Vegas, the West Coast, 1:30 a.m.
All right, all right, all right. Do. So many callers. Alex in Florida, what up?
What's up, Ness?
What's up?
Yo, the Crawford thing was definitely out of context because he's always been saying like, I'm not thinking about rematch. I'm trying to beat him to where there's no need of a rematch. So that I don't know where that came from. All that mentally whatever. To me, like I don't know how you guys see it, but mental weakness to me is like Spence making up excuses on the like every excuse on the book of why Crawford was more dominant versus common opponents. Like when they say, "What are your best opponents?" Errol always like Brooks, Porter, but like whenever they brought Crawford, he always has so many excuses. Like everybody that makes excuses, we always think they are mentally weak. Like why do you have to make excuses? Why don't you say, yeah, he beat him better, but I'll still gonna beat his ass. Like doesn't matter. He's always no because this guy and he's using Sean Porter's excuses. Like bro, that's everybody that loses have a fucking excuse. So to me that's more mentally like weak. Like even Crawford told him, you still butthurt that I beat Sean better than you. Like what the fuck? But yeah, and I don't want to be against you, Ness, because I fuck with you heavy, but like I do remember you saying that you didn't fuck with the lower weight classes before. Like I've been listening
Yeah,
to
of
you for
course,
10
man.
years, bro.
I've said that. I've
And I
said that.
remember that. I remember. I'm not saying that you're not
Yo, I
following
ain't
the
gonna
lower
lie, champ.
weight
I should
classes
get the rest of
now.
the week paid because when I was on earlier, you kept lying and consistently and
Bro,
start
because
yelling and
we all know I said that. Like, y'all so
so
dumb. Like, I've
champ,
literally said
champ.
I
that
But
I
if
remember
take
you
that, but
saying
shit.
what you said,
I've literally
and
said I take
look,
shits
he grabbing the mic with
heavier,
two hands. Look, now he got
heavier
to grab it with
than
two
the
hands
fucking
because that's
division,
how you
bro.
know you
Get
tough. You
out
got
of
to hold
here.
it with two hands, like.
You are crazy. He
no,
is crazy.
I remember that. I know you're following it now, but back in the day, I remember you used to say that you weren't paying attention that much to them. But anyways, bro,
Bro,
like
but
I
that's what
can't
I'm
wait to.
saying. That is a narrative. It's always been, my friend. Let me ask you this question. Did you
But you
watch?
said it,
Hear
man.
me
It's
out.
not a
Hear me
narrative
out.
that people are
It
inventing.
is a
What
narrative.
came out my mouth is a narrative.
Bro, because it's called sarcasm. Sarcasm.
Bro,
Listen, Danny, let me ask you a question.
cool.
The
But
two of
when
y'all.
you say
Y'all on
you
the
don't
line.
say
Let me
it,
ask you a
90
now you
question.
seconds.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all both on the line. Did you watch Victor Chinian versus Nonito Donaire?
no.
All right. And you?
I personally don't follow lower weight
All
classes,
right
to
then.
be honest.
All right then.
Only
But
if it's
I'm
a big
getting
name.
Give me
clowned.
a fight. Give me a
I'm
fight,
getting
though. Give me a
clowned.
fight. No, give me a fight that took place while I was covering the sport. You
My
gonna give me a fight, brother. You giving a fight. You giving a fight when I was in high school when I wasn't watching
no.
boxing.
60
It
seconds.
don't matter. Again. People go back and watch Sugar Ray versus Duran.
Did you go watch the Super Bowl though?
I'm not into that sport. That's irrelevant.
But I'm just saying,
That's
shit.
actually a
If
dumb. Like you
okay,
again. You're
So
just
you're saying that
prolonging the
so the
you
shit
were
you
conversation.
being
bringing up,
sarcastic
was irrelevant at the time. So that's what I'm saying.
Alex, listen to me. I'm pulling up the resume so that you can see something. He fought Nonito fought Victor Chinian, right? At 125 pounds. Well, that's the rematch. Wait, hold on, because he beat him twice, right? Let me go further back.
Ten seconds.
By the way, tonight
Okay.
Crawford
Yo,
open workout, right?
listen. In 2007, July 7th, Nonito knocked out Victor Chinian in the 5th round for the IBF and the IBO. I watched that, but I am the one that is being critiqued.
But Nonito is a big name, bro. Like,
in
I watch
2000,
Nonito.
I gotta go. I gave you free time, and you got the nerve to say that in 2007 he was a big name. 2007. And actually, I'm not even going to disrespect you, Alex. Maybe you're right because he did have a lot of Pacquiao hype. They used to put him on a lot of Pacquiao undercards. They tried to build him up with Pacquiao, but it don't matter. It just shows you right there that this narrative is fucking false. I watched that fight. Now, again, go to Abner Mares. Let's go to Abner Mares' career. Abner. Because a lot of these dudes started watching Abner when he was with PBC.
Bro, usually I'm all for this, champ, but like it's a lot of shit that we need to get to, brother.
That's fine. That's because
That's like way bigger than this. No, you won, brother. You right, you
want
won.
me to prove
He's not a
the
monster. He ain't pound
narrative
for
wrong.
pound.
You don't want me
He
to
not
prove
doing
the
the fight
narrative
chat.
wrong. You don't want me
whatever.
to prove the narrative
You
wrong.
admitted to saying it, but now it was sarcasm. But you right, you win everything. Let's just get to the shit
you
that
don't want me
matter,
to
champ.
prove the narrative wrong. You want people to continue to believe that
You
I don't
calling it a
watch a
narrative,
division.
even though you said it, then you called it sarcasm.
All right,
You win,
so then
champ.
I'll
You win.
continue.
I'm just saying.
I'll continue. Abner Mares for Johnny Perez in 2010 at 117. That's the lower divisions. Okay, let's keep going. What's this guy's name? Chocolatito? Roman Gonzalez. Because I watched one of his fights that he fought in Nicaragua. It was like fucking 5, 6, or 7 in the morning in America on the East Coast. So let's see how long ago that was. Well, I certainly watched the 2015 Brian Valoria fight, but let's keep going. Could it be that 2015 Nicaragua fight, since he hadn't had one in so long? Because before that was 2013. But one of those I watched, you know, and that's Chocolatito. So I don't know. It's just pretty weird to me. Not to mention Ponce de Leon. Where did he start his career at? Ponce de Leon. What division did he start? Let me get to one of these callers while I look that up. Huang in Houston.
Yo,
Huang, what
Jimmy.
up?
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought up about the writers for the Hall of Fame, because when everybody tries to use it as a metric as like how good someone is, well, they in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, but these writers work for networks. These writers have they kind of tell the economy to people.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
really
saying?
know any
ESPN,
writers.
you think they're not gonna?
I mean, I guess you're right.
I feel like
I guess you're right.
ESPN writers are gonna be good about top ranked fighters. You see what I'm saying?
It's hard to hear you, bro. You're like on Bluetooth in the hallway.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take you off. Yeah, what I was saying is like when you got writers like, and they, for instance, some writers write for ESPN, right? So you don't think they're gonna write favorable or choose favorably for certain fighters that are with top rank? They write for ESPN, like Coppinger or some of those beats. You get what I'm getting at?
I mean,
And
well,
so when they say
listen.
Go ahead.
Maybe you can find a counter to that or to this, but you say Coppinger writes favorable. I say Coppinger was called the prick and kicked out of Top Rank press conference. So it doesn't really show that he's biased. It shows that he's the opposite of biased, that he can piss off the promoter and get kicked out for asking the tough questions.
Well, no, that's true. But I mean, where I was really going with that is like, I feel like a lot of people like got not accolades, but get pushed up because it's marketing. It's just like LeBron James. Everybody, well, he's the king. They called him the king before he stepped on an NBA court. Why? Because it was it's Nike's marketing. King James. So this dude's a monster. Beat Stephen Fulton. Then you a monster. You know what I'm saying? I was wanting him to fight Navarrete. I was like, man, he's going to go up and fight Navarrete, but then Navarrete went up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not taking nothing away from him. Yeah, he beat dudes. He beat him in good fashion. But that doesn't make you a monster. A monster's like mashing through the baddest motherfuckers. A monster kills other monsters. It's like Jason versus Freddy and shit. That's a monster. You know?
How old are you, champ? How old are you?
42.
That's the problem, man. These fucking youngins don't comprehend anymore, bro. They used to having cell phones in their hands. They don't even know how to talk. I'm telling you, you explained exactly what I've been fucking saying. They can't hear that shit. They can't hear it. You know what they're gonna call you? A hater, bro. You're a hater. You're not allowed to not believe
you know
the
what?
marketing.
If you're a real boxing fan like Ness, a real boxing fan, I talk shit about Devin Haney and for a long time. I'm a Muslim. He's a Muslim. I just don't dick ride him because he's my Muslim brother. Fuck that nigga. Do something. Make me a fan. And he did that. But before that, man, fuck that dude. I'm telling you, man, Devin Haney ain't shit. Devin Haney ain't shit. Now, shit, I slap myself if I say something bad about Devin Haney because he proved it. And that's all kind of a boxing fan. Nigga, I ain't giving you no motherfucking ups until you earn that up. Just like when you come on the block, nigga. I ain't giving you no motherfucking clout until you put some work on the block, nigga. Get your bitch ass off here. Acting like, you get what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with any game. Basketball, boxing. I ain't giving you no props till you do it. I can't talk shit about, I used to not like LeBron. Can't talk shit about him though. Still don't like him as a person, but he's one of the greatest ever to step on the court. You gotta earn that.
All right, champ. I got a $2 cash app from Numbers that says Benavidez has Norteño affiliation. I don't know about that. That's not my alley. Who is next? Let me see here.
Who we got?
He's alive. This is Z, maybe.
You must be talking about Brandon Lance.
Yeah, Brandon's back, bro. It's good to see him in the chat.
Nah, I thought you meant like on the call because when you say he's alive, we ain't heard from him in 6 months. The only person I'm like, it's either Mr. PBC or Brandon Lance. Them the only two motherfuckers go ghost in it. You feel me? That I
Z,
was
you
concerned
there?
about their well being. Z, what up?
Or is it Zai? I don't know. You don't have a mic, champ?
Zay? Maybe Zay?
No, you would need an A for that, right? It's Z-I-E.
Yeah, I don't know, champ.
Yeah, me neither. Z-I-E.
Whoever in the chat with a Z.
Nah, I mean he hears us, but it's his mic. You might have to jump out, jump back in, champ. Do that.
Yo, I know you saw my message, champ. I know.
What message?
I know you.
What message?
About the biggest guest.
What?
Both of them. Yeah, both of them. Not one, but both nights.
I think that's all the callers. Let me make sure we got to all the super chats before we wrap up. We are at whoa. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it. G-Ball, $5. Brandon Lenz, all right, we said that. J Hill, The Servant, $2. The article took it out of context. Yep, we figured that out. Jaime Niento, $10 super chat says, I'm excited for a new Fulton. And I'm waking up to watch. I've been watching TBV for at least 13 years. And to Ness's credit, he's always told Mario he didn't care about the lower weight classes because Mario used to try to get on him.
Jaime Nieto, you've been misinformed the last 13 years. Ness made that clear. That was sarcasm, and even though it came out of his mouth, it don't count as him saying it.
I mean, you see that he didn't say I don't watch it. He's been watching for 13 years. He knows. There's like
nobody
dudes
said,
where
nobody
like
said you didn't
I've
watch
literally
it.
talked
But
about their whole career and
Raider
they're in
Reaper
those
though,
divisions.
$2 says Ness. If Inoue KOs Fulton, will you give him props?
Hell yeah. And give him the monster tag. You move
he
up.
Put the Japanese and monster flag.
You move
next
up to 22 and you do that to somebody that has already not knocked out, but taken out a handful of undefeated fighters. Like he's taken a lot of undefeated records, Fulton has. And I'm older. That's why me and the last caller connected, right? So like Fulton gets love from me secretly without knowing just because of the rat tail, bro. That's like a throwback to The Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy, man. Salute, bro. Like it takes, you gotta be, you know what I mean? You gotta be to have a rat tail. And he pulls it off. You feel me? That's again, Bruce Leroy, man. He got the glow. So, we'll see, man. If he can knock out Fulton, that would be super duper impressive. Because
Keeping it moving, $2
knockouts on the high level,
guy,
they just don't really appear. So, that would be impressive.
This guy, crying laughing face, they both Filipino or something? No, obviously not. He ain't know, but it's all good. Clifton Davis, $10 says, nobody trying to get Ness to like what we like. It's boxing. We just asking for some coverage, positive or negative. Just educate us so your audience graduates from casual to the next level.
Well, we do that for every preview and prediction. We ain't even preview the fights from this Saturday yet. Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all want us to jump and then get mad because y'all want that fight to supersede everything. And I don't know that it does. Tevis Smith, $10. He says, most of us don't want to watch those 7th grade scrap. Those 7th graders scrap. Is he saying that because of the weight? Rolo in a photo. Okay. Rolo in a photo. $5 super chat. He said, Bud saying if he lose is the same interview, 24-25 timestamp. Okay, where is that? But that would be the full interview at 24,
Bro,
25
what
minutes.
show? He a show
Unless
too late, right? This a Inouye and Fulton show, bro. Wrong super chat.
Hater. Let me play my Kanye West hater. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Sims, member for 8 months on that champ level. Ness, you said that John 1,000,000 times. Why you capping? Just be honest. Bro, but we all know that. It's crazy. Like yo, Mo, my voice is recorded. I've literally said I've taken shits bigger than those dudes. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I be fucking with y'all. Like Mario, when Mario was on the show and he wanted to big up those divisions, that was my go-to joke. Like that they, those guys are the size of one of my legs, or I take a shit this heavier than them. Don't nobody care about those divisions, but I'm literally watching them fights. I'm literally doing live fight chats for y'all. It's like you guys are just weird. Weird. GFT, $2 super chat says the C for CYP stands for Charlo. Yeah, he is a Charlo fan, and that is the last one. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, the future, present, or the past. It's going to help with the visibility of the show, and it's going to help
Just
with this
want to remind
episode in the eyes of other boxing fans.
Just want to remind everybody, tickets are on sale. Appreciation Night next Friday, July 28th. I just had the Undisputed Champ give me a call. Looks like we'll have them in the building. All goes well. So go get your tickets. Link in the chat. Eventbrite.com. Search The Boxing Boys.
Peace.
Ringwalk, Danny Ness, GTO, Arriva Dirt. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific tonight.